Chapter 1277. A half step into the heavenly arrival realm died, just like that. Xing Mingyang and Xing Laoyang were both terrified. What kind of pill did Yang Taihe take? Why is he so strong? Xing Mingyang yelled. Stop talking nonsense. Kill him with your ultimate moves, Xing Laoyang yelled. They were just talking. They didn't actually attack Yang Taihe. Yang Taihe's attack was too stunning. Actually, Yang Taihe didn't have it easy either. When he killed his opponent, his chest was also hit by an axe. Black Tortoise's armor exploded. The axe power entered his body and ravaged his vitality. Fortunately, he had taken the Dragon Phoenix pill, which improved his saint body to the level of a true dragon saint body. That was why he could withstand the full power attack of a half step into the heavenly arrival realm. Otherwise, he would have been seriously injured or even killed. 1/3 of the Dragon Phoenix pill's effect was gone, but it was worth it in exchange for the life of a half step into the heavenly arrival realm. People of the Xing family, come here and die. Yang Taihe seemed to be possessed. He rushed towards Xing Mingyang and Xing Laoyang with the Dragon Rebel Spear. The two of them had no choice but to brace themselves and directly unleash their innate abilities to kill Yang Taihe. On the other hand, 3 top-level saints came from the left and right. They formed a formation to surround Yang Taihe. Yang Taihe's aura was at its peak. He stabbed out with his spear again and again. The overbearing dragon power knocked all of them away. He even killed another saint. He showed an invincible aura in the saint realm. A true dragon coiled around his body. A black tortoise leaped. His aura was shocking. As long as Yang Taihe didn't die today, he would definitely become one of the top-level saints in the world of transcendence. The black fire will kept smashing down like the sun. The crisscrossing sword shadows were impossible to defend against. The fierce battle was shocking. In the other direction, Yu Chong and was much more low-key. The Xing family knew about Yu Chong, and when they invaded the Yang family last time, Yu Chong and had helped them. The Xing family had already remembered him, but they still didn't pay enough attention to him. A top-notch saint flew over. Wearing a pair of gloves, he attacked crazily. The shadows of his fists formed a fist domain, wanting to smash Yu Chong into pieces. Yu Chong looked at the dense fist domain. He raised his sword and pierced towards a direction. The sharp sword chi turned into a black tortoise and crashed into the fist domain. The fist domain kept on collapsing, but the black tortoise was still moving forward crazily. It only stopped when it pierced through the opponent's chest and killed the opponent's life force. Although my surname is not Yang, but this is still my family, you shouldn't bully my family again and again. Yu Chong pulled out his blood sword, wiping off the blood on the sword, and coldly said, You have some skills. You dare to kill my brother? I will capture your soul and destroy your body so that you can never reincarnate. A pinnacle saint rode on a demonic saint and charged over. His aura was even stronger than that of the previous saint, and his attack was even faster. His fiery whip was like a snake that arrived in the blink of an eye. Fiery Snake Cave. Yu Chong Kong raised his eyes and attacked again. His sword was like a black tortoise, and the black tortoise was him. Torrential waves rolled endlessly, clashing with the fiery snake again and again. In another direction, another saint from the Xing family came over with his sword, attacking Yu Chong, and together, Old Tortoise, Yang Luo-sun, Yang Taihe, and Yu Chong represented the strongest fighting power of the Yang family. If they could not stop them, the Yang family would be destroyed. The other saints from the Yang family and the saints that they recruited were not as strong as them. Many saints were killed by the swords, and the situation was very dangerous. The saints from the Xing family were not having a good time either. Everyone from the Yang family could increase their battle chi, and in a desperate fight, many saints from the Xing family had also fallen. The rainstorm did not stop, and many saints' blood flowed like a river. The scene was extremely tragic. Damn Xing family, you will die a horrible death. A Yang family saint had one of his arms chopped off, and he retaliated with a sword. Unfortunately, he was not strong enough, and half of his body was chopped off. He cursed unwillingly. Son of A.B. *Tsich, my Yang family will never die. In the future, your Xing family will not have peace. Another Yang family saint was attacked by two saints from a Xing family. His legs were chopped off, and he died with his head chopped off. The Yang family members in the city looked at their family members who were killed, and tears flowed down their faces. I want to leave the city. I want to die together with them. Even if I die, I don't want to stay here and fight with them. That's right. Killing one is enough. Killing two is worth it. It's all our fault for not being strong enough. As the patriarch of the Yang family, Yang Jinghai was leading the charge. Yang Wu had left him with the star pattern elixir, which was a second-grade immortal liquid. He had already broken through to the level 4 star pattern realm, and his combat power was not inferior to a level 6 star pattern realm. He also had a top-grade saint weapon and a top-grade saint armor. He could even fight a high-grade saint. He represented the Yang family, and he fought with all his might. He did kill a mid-grade saint from the Xing family, but he was surrounded by 3 experts from the Xing family, and the situation was dangerous. The Xing family had more saints than the Yang family, and their cultivation level was much higher. Even if Yang Jinghai fought with all his might, it was still not enough. Yang Jinghai, let us capture you. As long as we take him down, the Yang family will be finished. His war weapon is very strong. Don't fail miserably. The 3 saints from the Xing family used their battle techniques to break through Yang Jinghai's defense. If he did not have the top-grade saint armor, he would definitely die. Yang Jinghai did not make a sound, and he kept waving his war spear to protect himself. He was prepared to die, but before he died, he wanted to drag one more person down with him. As the leader of the family, my mission is to lead the family to become stronger and to help the family prosper. I'm afraid I don't have the chance now. Yang Wu, if you're still alive, remember to complete this mission for me. Yang Jinghai thought to himself. At this moment, his flood dragon was cut into 3 parts by the Xing family saint. The flood dragon wailed in pain and finally died. Brother, Yang Jinghai was scared out of his wits. He rushed towards the flood dragon like a madman. I'll send you to him. One of the high-grade saints from the Xing family took the opportunity to stab the back of Yang Jinghai's head with his spear. He did not know that this was an opening that Yang Jinghai had exposed. Yang Jinghai had only pretended to fly towards the water dragon. When the high-level sage of the Xing clan made his move, Yang Jinghai had used his fastest speed to counterattack. The Xing family saint's spear missed, and Yang Jinghai's spear pierced his lower abdomen. Die! Yang Jinghai gritted his teeth and shouted. He used all his strength to push his spear forward, wanting to kill this high-grade saint. Unfortunately, he did not manage to do so. An attack came from the side, and a sword cut off his arm that was holding the spear. Blood splattered all over the sky. Die! Yang Jinghai did not scream after losing an arm. A sword appeared in his other hand, and he slashed at the high-grade saint's head. The high-grade saint was still in pain, and he thought that he was safe after seeing Yang Jinghai's arm cut off. Who knew that this guy would not care about his life anymore, and his head would be cut in half. Damn it! The 2 saints from a Xing family shouted, and they attacked again, cutting off Yang Jinghai's other arm. They could not bear to kill him. He was the leader of the Yang family, and they had to capture him alive. Yang Jinghai was a man. Even without his arms, he still attacked. He shouted, "There are no cowards in the Yang family." When the Yang family saw this scene, they bit their lips until they bled. There are no cowards in the Yang family. The Yang family shouted in unison. You are not a coward. You are a prisoner of the Xing family. A saint from the Xing family captured Yang Jinghai and cut off his legs. Yang Jinghai's ending was too tragic. The leader of the Yang family was tortured to this extent. Anyone who saw this would cry. A saint from the Yang family rushed over, wanting to save him, but it was too late. Yang Taihe and Yu Chang were both surrounded. They had killed many saints, and their morale was at its peak. Yang Jinghai was captured at the wrong time. Let Jinghai go. Yang Taihe was burning with anxiety. He waved the dragon rebel spear crazily, and water dragons broke through the encirclement and rushed towards Yang Jinghai. Little ancestor, I will pass the order to Yang Wu. Yang Jinghai looked at Yang Taihe, who was charging at him recklessly, and said with difficulty, Pass the order? With me here, you won't die. Yang Tai's eyes were red with killing intent. The saints in front of him were sent flying with a sweep of his spear, and the endless attacks were all blocked by him. At this time, an early-level ingress expert from the Xing family's rear made his move. He was a hidden ace in the army, and was there to prevent the Yang family from turning the situation around. He would only attack at the most critical moment. A palm print that blotted out the sky slammed down, shattering Yang Tai's spear aura inch by inch. Today, the Yang family will be destroyed. This Jade Moon Realm ingress expert was Xing Chong of the Xing family. He clasped his hands behind his back and stood in front of Yang Taihe. At this moment, Yang Taihe had reached the peak of the Sage Realm. He could break through to the half-step ingress realm at any time, or even enter the ingress realm. Destroy your mother. Yang Taihe roared furiously and attacked with all his strength. He gathered the torrential rain in the sky, forming a huge water dragon that bombarded Xing Chong. This destructive power was enough to threaten an ordinary ingress expert. Xing Chong did not underestimate Yang Taihe. Both of his palms slammed down, and it was as if the sky was crashing down. The water dragon was smashed into nothing, and it was unable to cause any waves. Yang Taihe didn't bother with Xing Chong. When he made that move, he was already flying toward Yang Jinghai. Yu Chong was the same. He could have killed his opponent, but in order to save Yang Jinghai, he had no choice but to spare his life. Yang Jinghai looked determined, and he shouted, "Little ancestor, Yu Chong'an, I'll leave the Yang family to you." He prepared to use the last of his strength to self-destruct. Yang Taihe and Yu Chong were anxious. They couldn't save anyone, and they'd be seriously injured. Their lives were in danger. The Xing family saint had long since prepared for this. He slapped the back of Yang Jinghai's head, and even his soul was forced out. "You want to self-destruct in front of me? You're too naive. I'll take your soul back and use the Xing fire to burn it. I'll make you wish you were dead," said the Xing family saint coldly. Suddenly, thunderclouds appeared in the sky, and an angry roar sounded. "I, Yang Wu, am here to slaughter the dogs of the Xing family." Chapter 1278. Yang Wu had arrived. He had used everything he had to rush back to the Yang family in the shortest time possible. The inheritance tower covered the sky above the Kunlun realm. It could only be used within the Kunlun realm. If it was too far away, it could not be used. After Yang Wu arrived at the Wuhou clan, he used his thundercloud and brought all the saints of the Wuhou clan to rush over. The thundercloud moved at a shocking speed. With a gust of wind, it crossed layers of space and broke through the distance between realms to reach the War Clan world. The saints of the Wuhou clan, standing on the thundercloud, were shocked. This was the work of a god. Yang Wu had done it. They worshipped this clan leader even more. This time, Yang Wu had brought back 3,000 elites. They were all above the dragon transformation realm warriors of the Wuhou clan. There were also 50 saints, 1 half-step to heaven ascension, and 2 god-level warriors. 3,000 people were like a drop in the ocean compared to 500,000 people. However, quality was more important than quantity. As long as they won the god-level and saint-level battles, they would have won the war. Yang Jinghai was almost killed. He only had a trace of soul power left. Yang Taihe and Yu Chong were heavily injured because they were distracted. The situation was getting worse for the Yang family. Yang Wu returned just in time. "Yang Wu, you shouldn't have come back." Yang Jinghai's soul heard Yang Wu's voice and said in despair. He had passed the position to Yang Wu. As long as Yang Wu did not die, the Yang family would rise again. However, Yang Wu had to come back now. It was not the right time. "Wu, leave this place immediately." Yang Taihe knew the situation and shouted at Yang Wu. "Haha, since you're back, stay and die with your clan." The saint of the Xing family laughed wildly. This saint of the Xing family was one of the leaders this time. His name was Xing Huang. He was the brother of the current Xing family leader. He was also one of the protectors of the Xing family. He was a pinnacle saint. Xing Huang had already killed 3 Yang family saints. He was at his peak. When he saw that Yang Wu had returned, he was extremely pleased. They had already laid out an inescapable net to deal with all possibilities. Yang Wu was a top-notch sage apothecary. With his influence, it would not be a problem for him to get a few sages to help him. Naturally, the Xing clan would not only send their own sages. They had also invited other powers to participate. When Yang Wu's group appeared, the Chu family's people also appeared. The ancestor of the Chu clan appeared in the north with dozens of saints of the Chu clan. The ancestor of the Chu clan shouted, "From today onwards, the Yang clan will no longer exist." When the Tranquil Wind sect, which had secretly come to help the Yang family, saw that the Chu family's ancestor had brought so many people over, they completely decided to help the Yang family. "Let's go back. The outcome has been decided," said the Tranquil Wind sect's old ancestor with a sigh. They had just formed an alliance with the Yang family not long ago, and their relationship with the Yang family wasn't as close as they had imagined. They could add flowers to a brocade, but they couldn't offer help in a time of need. In addition, the Sun family also sent a group of people to help the Yang family. Unfortunately, the Lu family's army appeared and blocked the Sun family's path. The Sun family was also powerless. As for the Hung Mountain sect and the Dan clan, it was easier said than done for the Yang family's allies to rush over. By the time they received the news, the Yang family would have been completely annihilated. "The heavens want our Yang family to die." The Yang family's people howled towards the sky. "Young patriarch, quickly bring your people. I beg you, it doesn't matter if we all die. As long as you are alive, there is hope." A Yang family's old man in the city knelt down and shouted. Following this old man's kneel, the other Yang family's people also knelt down. "Young patriarch, quickly leave. If you don't leave, I will kill myself in front of you. The patriarch is about to die. Young patriarch, nothing can happen to you. I beg you, quickly leave. Young patriarch, quickly leave. Quickly leave." Many Yang families' people kowtowed heavily, their foreheads bleeding. They only begged Yang Wu to leave. As long as Yang Wu was alive, their Yang family still had hope. If Yang Wu died, their Yang family would have no hope. In this desperate situation, they were still thinking for their family. Even if they couldn't help much, they still loved their family deeply. They loved everyone in the family deeply. For the family, they were willing to give up everything. Haha, what a touching scene. Unfortunately, he can't escape. Capture all of Yang Wu. Xing Huang laughed wildly. Yang Wu's eyes were burning with anger. "How many more people do you have? Call them all out. Today, I want all of you to die here. If you dare move, your Yang family's patriarch's soul will be gone." A Xing family's saint grabbed Yang Jinghai's soul and sneered. "Huaijin, save that soul." Yang Wu ordered a beautiful woman beside him. "Yes, young master." Yu Huaijin responded and disappeared from Yang Wu's side. Before the Xing family's saint could react, a light force bound Yang Jinghai's soul and took it away. "You're asking for it." The Xing family's saint realized Yang Jinghai's soul had been taken away and shouted angrily. "A small martial artist like you dares to talk big? I'll give you some punishment." Yu Huaijin said indifferently. Her hand was like a blade that sliced through the Xing family's saint's head. Pooh! The Xing family's saint didn't have a chance to react. He died just like that. "All of you attack. Kill everyone from the Xing and Chu families." At the same time, Yang Wu ordered. "Yes, faction leader." The marquee faction's people shouted in unison. Dozens of saints rushed down without hesitation and joined the battle. "Yang Wu leave." Yang Taihe roared again. "Little ancestor, don't worry. I'll make them pay." Yang Wu said and flew down to the battlefield. "All of you go and take Yang Wu's head." Chu family's Chu Yin shouted at Yang Wu with a murderous look. Previously, he had suffered a great loss at the hands of Yang Wu. Now, it was time for him to seek justice. The sages of the Chu family rushed towards Yang Wu and his group. Before they arrived, waves of attacks had already been launched. The power that filled the sky shrouded the heaven and earth. It was as if the end of the world had arrived. It was extremely terrifying. Helping the tyrant, "All of you must die." Yang Wu shouted, and the nether ice wing blade flew out. The nether ice wing blade was comparable to a pinnacle-grade holy weapon. Wherever it went, there would be blood. The Chu family's saint, who was the fastest, only felt the cold air attacking him. His body was cut in half, and he didn't know what happened until he died. The two pairs of nether ice wing blades split into two and attacked. It was invincible, and no one could easily block it. In the blink of an eye, several saints were killed. Yang family's brat, give me your life. The Chu family's ancestor, who was in the Heaven Ascension realm, would not allow Yang Wu to continue killing. A full moon appeared and illuminated the world. The hidden nether ice wing blade appeared, and there was a force that collided with the nether ice wing blade. Bang! After the nether ice wing blade was hit by the light, it fell to the other side and was quickly taken back by Yang Wu. Earth Dragon, eat him! Yang Wu ordered the Earth Dragon after taking back the nether ice wing blade. Yes, master. The Earth Dragon shouted, and with a sway of its body, which was thousands of feet long, rushed towards the Chu family's ancestor. A god-tier Earth Dragon. The Chu family's ancestor cried out in shock. Yang Wu did not bother about the Chu family's ancestor anymore. His gaze locked onto the few saints of the Xing family. He planned to save them first. Yang Wu, you have long been on my Xing family's must-kill list. Today, you have delivered yourself to me. I, Xing Huang, will take your life. Xing Huang had been watching Yang Wu for a long time. When he saw that Yang Wu was acting alone, he charged towards Yang Wu. Xing Huang held the two truncheons in his hands and struck out with the twin dragon scissors, cutting towards Yang Wu's neck. Xing Huang was a pinnacle saint. His combat strength was not inferior to a half-step Heaven Ascension realm expert. I will show you what despair is. Yang Wu bellowed. His body grew rapidly until he was 100 zhang tall. Then, he threw a punch at Xing Huang. The fist contained the fist Dao and was extremely powerful. It was like a huge dragon head roaring. What kind of combat skill is this? Xing Huang was shocked. However, the power of the truncheons did not decrease. Instead, it increased and continued to cut. The power of the two truncheons collided with Yang Wu's fist. The power of the truncheons was shattered by the power of the fist, and the residual power of the punch continued to fly towards Xing Huang. Impossible! Xing Huang cried out in shock. He tried to block it again. Yang Wu's power was too overbearing. He was too strong. He could not block it and was sent flying by the punch. Yang Wu was not going to let him go. He took a big step forward and threw out another punch. This punch was like a meteor that caught up with Xing Huang. The punch exploded his saint robe, and his saint body collapsed. Xing Huang could not believe that his saint body would explode. He kept using his power to protect his saint body. However, it was still not enough. He could not withstand it and exploded. A pinnacle saint was killed by Yang Wu's two punches. Yang Wu was like a demonic god descending. He attacked the other saints of the Xing family. His punches and kicks contained the power of a Heaven Pass saint. No one in the saint realm could defeat him. A Xing saint who was about to kill the Yang family saint did not have time to dodge. He was punched into a pool of blood by Yang Wu. Another saint saw Yang Wu's leg kick coming like a wind blade. No matter how he tried to dodge, he was kicked to death by the sharp wind blade. There was another saint who tried to run toward a half-pass Heaven Pass saint. He tried to find protection, but Yang Wu's lightning finger pierced through his back and through his heart. He died. Yang Wu, how dare you? A half-pass Heaven Pass saint from the Xing family roared. He stopped attacking Yang Wu with his companions. Instead, he went to attack Yang Wu. The sun was high in the sky. The half-pass Heaven Pass saint was very strong. He formed the mark of the sun. The black flames were like the sun as they rushed toward Yang Wu. Yang Wu looked up. His aura was very strong. He waved his fist. An invincible aura burst out. He shouted, "Explode!" His fist was very fierce. It was like a real dragon, but also like the black tortoise. It carried the power to break the sky and hit the sun. Boom! 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 Chapter 1279. The full-powered attack of a half-step Tong Tian was extremely tyrannical. Moreover, they were from the battle tribe, and their battle prowess was incomparable to ordinary warriors. The reason why they were called the battle tribe was because the 8 great families of the battle tribe had the innate ability to increase their battle prowess. The power displayed by this half-step Tong Tian was already comparable to that of an ordinary divine rank expert. Yang Wu could still shatter the power of the sun with a single punch. Yang Wu really had the ability to fight against the Tong Tian. This was also the benefit of breaking through the bottleneck and breaking through to 300 meters. Yang Wu rushed up to the sky and impulsively punched out. Barbaric Tyrant Fist. Chaotic Mysterious Fist. Jinwu Fist. Yang Wu was like a god as he punched out one punch after another. His power was too strong. Yang Wu and Yu Huijin's training in the space was not a joke. He also used the great medicine to soak his body, and his battle prowess was extremely powerful. The half-step Tong Tian from the Xing clan was also beaten back by Yang Wu. He was completely suppressed by him in terms of momentum. This brat's progress is too fast. I have to be serious. The half-step Tong Tian pondered. A shield appeared in his hand to block Yang Wu's attack. A divine weapon appeared in his other hand, and he slashed towards Yang Wu. The divine weapon's power was incomparable. It could split the heaven and earth. How could Yang Wu block it? I also have a divine weapon. Yang Wu had already sworn to himself that he would not use his divine weapon in battle. He would only use it when he was in a desperate situation. Now that the Yang clan was facing a crisis, he could not hesitate. He took out his Big Dipper sword and slashed out to block the enemy's attack. The half-step Tong Tian from the Xing clan burst out with his fastest speed and circled behind Yang Wu. He sneered, "No matter how strong you are, you will still die." He believed that Yang Wu's body had become bigger and his attacks had become stronger, so his speed would definitely drop. This was his weakness, and he could take advantage of this to kill Yang Wu. Before his attack could land on Yang Wu's counterattack had already erupted. Demonic Needle. Yang Wu's reaction was extremely quick. He didn't even need to turn around. His soul had already seen the half-step Heavenly Master from the Xing clan appear behind him. 108 demonic shadow needles flew out and pierced into the half-step Heavenly Master's divine court. The half-step from the Xing clan did not expect Yang Wu to have such a strange move. His soul was directly pierced by the demonic needle, and he screamed in pain. In the next moment, Yang Wu turned around and slashed out. This sword strike was incomparably natural and unrestrained. It was like splashing ink, holding a brush, and waving a word. This sword strike determined the universe. The half-step Tong Tian from the Tong Tian from a Xing. The dripping blood was a ghastly sight. The Xing clan saint felt a chill run down his spine. They had the upper hand just now, but after Yang Wu and the others intervened, the situation changed. Their experts fell one after another, and their advantage no longer existed. Good job, young clan head. Good job. Ha! Young clan leader killed so happily. You are indeed the hope of our Yang clan. The stronger the young clan leader is, the more the Xing clan will target him. Young clan leader, you should escape quickly. It doesn't matter if we die, but you must survive. That's right. Young clan leader must survive. Let's rush out of the city and fight. After Yang Wu killed the half-step from the Tong Tian, he rushed towards Yu Chang'an. He did not retract the demonic needle. It pierced through the void and entered the soul of the saint who was fighting with Yu Chang, and directly destroying his soul. Yang Wu attacked consecutively. Every sword had the power to split the heavens and earth. No one could stop him. Heads flew up one after another, and blood fell to the ground together with the rain. The pressure on Yu Chang was greatly reduced. He shouted to Yang Wu, "Help Yang Taiha." Yang Wu nodded and rushed in the direction of Yang Taiha. However, before he could help Yang Taiha, Xing Mingyang and Xing Laoyang brought a divine map and enveloped Yang Wu. It was the Raging Flame divine map. Yang Wu was caught off guard and was sucked into the divine map. Refine them together. They used this move to deal with Yang Taiha. However, Yang Taiha had the Yang clan's Dragon Rebel Spear. The Raging Flame divine map might not be able to seal Yang Wu. Now, it was perfect for him. However, they forgot that Yang Wu was an alchemist. He had a high-grade fire seed. Would he be afraid of fire? After Yang Wu entered the divine map, his body shrunk. He used up a lot of energy. 15 minutes was his limit. At this moment, Xing Mingyang and Xing Laoyang's beams of fire burned towards him. After the raging flame divine map strengthened the fire, even a half-step heavenly master could refine it. Normal, god-level experts might not be able to withstand it. The beams of fire enveloped Yongwu, forming a sea of fire. They burned Yongwu. Yongwu had nowhere to hide in the divine map. If he couldn't withstand the fire, he would definitely die. Blue Demonis, refine, Yongwu shouted. He released the heart of Blue Demonis. It crazily swallowed the fire here to strengthen itself. Blue Demonis was already a quasi-god-level fire. It could break through at any time. The sea of fire here couldn't suppress it. Instead, it became its nutrients. At the same time, Yongwu slashed with the Big Dipper sword. The sword light broke the raging flame divine map like a bolt of lightning. Bang! The raging flame divine map exploded. Boundless fire splashed in all directions. Puff! Puff! Xing Mingyang and Xing Laoyang both suffered from the backlash. They spat out blood. Kill! Yongwu's eyes turned red. The nether ice wing blade appeared behind him. He increased his speed to the extreme. In the blink of an eye, he was above Xing Mingyang's head. The Big Dipper sword slashed down. No! Xing Mingyang was scared out of his wits. He screamed involuntarily. Unfortunately, there was only one outcome waiting for him. He was dismembered. Xing Laoyang was so scared that his face turned pale. He frantically retreated and shouted, "Ancestor, save me!" Xing Chong had already sensed Yang Wu's existence. However, he was tied down by Yang Taihe. He couldn't divert his attention to deal with Yang Wu. Moreover, he thought that the others should be able to kill Yang Wu. Only now did he realize that he had underestimated Yang Wu's strength. "Kid, stop!" Xing Chong gave up on Yang Taihe, who was covered in wounds. He slapped at Yang Wu angrily. A palm of fire that blotted out the sky came crashing down on Yang Wu. "Did you ask for my permission to touch my young master?" Before the palm could land in front of Yang Wu, a beautiful figure quietly appeared beside Yang Wu and blocked the palm. Xing Chong saw Yu Huaijin's old eyes twitch. He said faintly, "May I know who you are? You dare to interfere with the affairs of our two great battle clans. This is unwise. If you retreat now, I can pretend that nothing happened. Kill this old dog." Yang Wu ordered Yu Huaijin without hesitation. "Yes, young master," Yu Huaijin replied with a smile. She then said to Xing Chong, "Old dog, did you hear that? My young master said to kill you." Xing Chang's face turned ferocious. He shouted, "Do you really think you can kill me? Xing armor, appear." Suddenly, a set of black armor appeared on Xing Chang's body. This armor emitted a thick battle intent and boundless blood chi. It also had terrifying firepower. This was a divine armor, and it was one of the rare treasures of the Xing clan, the Xing armor. It was a divine armor. Not only did it have a powerful defense, it could also increase one's battle strength. After Xing Chong put on this armor, his battle strength would increase by at least several times. He wouldn't even fear a second-level Jade Moon Realm expert. A battle between divine-level experts was even more difficult. It wasn't easy for a divine armor to have such power. Yu Huaijin looked at the Xing armor on Xing Chong and smiled. "Interesting armor. It's a pity that this old dog is wearing it. It's too late for you to regret it now. Die!" Xing Chong roared. A blazing sun and a full moon appeared behind him. The power of yin and yang appeared. He punched out with both fists. The sun and moon seemed to move in reverse. The heaven and earth seemed to be flipped upside down. Such a domineering power formed an aura that forced the surrounding people to retreat. Yang Wu looked at Xing Chong and muttered, "You can't underestimate a connecting heaven realm expert. If he fought Xing Chong, even if he had the Big Dipper sword, he would still die." Yu Huaijin smiled at this move. "Not bad. Too bad you're too slow. An old dog is an old dog." Yu Huaijin attacked. A sparkling palm shot out. The palm shot out like a meteor, breaking through the sun and moon. It landed solidly on Xing Chang's armor. Pung! Xing Chong was sent flying. The armor he was so proud of actually cracked. He coughed up blood. He couldn't believe it and muttered, How could it be like this?" No one knew better than him how precious the Xing armor was. The woman in front of him had actually destroyed it with a single palm. Just how powerful was she? Thinking of this, he broke out in cold sweat. He took advantage of the momentum to escape. I have to escape, Xing Chong said anxiously. Before he could break through space and escape, Yu Huijin's palm appeared above his head and pressed him down. A powerful force swept through Xing Chang's body. He felt as if he had been electrocuted. He screamed, "Ah!" Not everyone can taste the pain of moon eclipse. Yu Huijin smiled as if he had done something insignificant. After Yu Huijin captured Xing Chong, the situation on the battlefield changed. The Yang clan turned the tables and started to gain the upper hand. In the distance, the Xing clan's army of 500,000 began to get restless. Yang Wu brought back so many helpers. How'd he do it? Now is not the time to think about this. Hurry up and call the ancestors back. Otherwise, none of us will be able to escape. That's right. Even Xing Chong has been captured. That woman is too terrifying. We have to call the ancestors back. Before that, we have to activate the formation to protect ourselves. We can't let them have their way. 10,000 men formation, activate. A God-tier formation map flew up from the Xing clan's army. The 500,000 Xing clan's spiritual wills merged into the map, forming a God-tier defensive formation. Even a God-tier expert wouldn't be able to break through it. This was the strength of the Xing clan. Ancestors, hurry up and come back. Xing Chong has been captured. Chapter 1280. Above the nine heavens, strange phenomena appeared one after another. Sometimes it was a sea of fire. Sometimes it was a blazing sun. There were even 6 blazing suns appearing at the same time. There were also ferocious phantoms appearing, extremely terrifying. In addition, there were also phoenixes flying and manifesting. Many forces were constantly colliding, causing the area within 1,000 li to turn into a void. Gong Salon, next year today will be your death anniversary. You should be proud that you were able to last this long. Go and reunite with your young ancestors. Gong Salon was fighting against the 4 transcending heaven stage experts of the Xing clan by herself. It was undoubtedly going to be a fierce battle. Broken Blade, who was originally fighting on Gong Salon's side, had already disappeared without a trace. Before the battle, Gong Salon had refined the Dragon Phoenix pill and reached the 4th level of the Jade Moon realm. This was the reason why she was able to last this long. 3 years ago, Gong Salon was already dead. Not only did a drop of immortal liquid bring her back to life, it also helped her break through to the 2nd level of the Jade Moon realm. Moreover, her strength had been constantly increasing during these 3 years, reaching the peak of the 2nd level of the Jade Moon realm. She was only 1 step away from the 3rd level. It was normal for a Dragon Phoenix pill to help her break through 2 levels. At this time, Gong Salon's divine robes were tattered. She held 3 divine weapons in her hands. One was the Phoenix Luan divine sword, which was her divine weapon. The other was a divine lamp, which was something Yang Wu took out from the Dragon Phoenix abyss. There was also a divine diagram above her head, which was used to defend against the attacks of the 4 reaching heaven experts of the Xing clan. If it wasn't for these divine weapons, Gong Salon would have died without a doubt. Even so, Gong Salon had used up too much of her divine power in this battle. She was heavily injured and wouldn't be able to last much longer. On the other side, there was a 6th-level Jade Moon expert called Xingming Wang. He was a stern-looking middle-aged man wearing a black robe. His body was surrounded by flames, making him look like a blazing sun god king, aloof and unapproachable. The other 3 were Xing Danian, Jia Yue, and Pashalian. The former was a direct descendant of the Xing clan, while the latter 2 were consecrators of the Xing clan. Your Xing clan is going against the tide. Aren't you afraid that the other battle clans will attack you together? Gong Salon said with an angry expression. Since we dare to come here, we are naturally not afraid of anything happening. If you obediently allow yourself to be captured, we might be able to leave a spark for your Yang clan. Otherwise, we will definitely wipe you out completely, Xingming King said faintly. Bah, do you think I'm a 3-year-old child? If you had kept the Yang family's bloodline, you wouldn't have launched the extermination operation. Gong Silan didn't believe Xing Wang's words. She then said loudly, "My Yang clan has a longer history than your Xing clan. Once, there were Yang clan ancestors who entered the divine realm. If my Yang clan ancestors return and find out that my Yang clan has been exterminated, your Xing clan will also be exterminated. I advise you to think twice before acting." Hee, it's easier said than done to cross over. Otherwise, they would have returned long ago. Xing Wang said with a smile. Suddenly, he heard the summons of the younger generation of the Xing clan. His expression changed slightly as he shouted, "Danny, you and Consecrator Polo go back and take a look. Consecrated Jia and I will send Gong Silan off." "Yes." Xing Danian and Pasha Lian replied in unison. Just as they returned to the ninth heaven, a silhouette suddenly appeared. She laughed and said, "Hee, it's so lively here." Xing Danian looked at the person who suddenly appeared and exclaimed, "Who are you?" "The person who killed your Xing clan dog." The woman blinked her big eyes and said shyly, "Little girl, you have big dog guts. You dare to talk nonsense here." Xing Danian cursed and flicked a finger towards Yu Huaijin. Xing Danian was at the third Jade Moon realm. His finger could break through space. In a blink of an eye, he was in front of Yu Huaijin. Without waiting for the finger energy to touch her body, she reached out a hand and grabbed the finger energy, saying, "I'll return it to you." The power of that finger was bounced back by her. The rebound was even faster, so fast that Xing Danian couldn't block it. A bloody hole opened in his chest, and he flew back in pain. Xing Wang frowned. "Who are you? Why do you want to go against our Xing clan?" "You offended my young master. It's hard not to go against you." Yu Huaijin said calmly. "Who is your young master?" Xing Wang asked. "You've annihilated my young master's family. Don't you know who my young master is?" Yu Huaijin asked. Then she said to herself, "That's right. My young master is heavenly gifted. You guys don't deserve to know about his existence." Could it be that the Yang clan ancestors' people have returned? Xing Wang's heart jumped. He then said, "I advise you to leave now. Otherwise, you won't be able to leave." As he spoke, he had already made his move. It had to be said that Xing Wang was very experienced. He didn't make a move. Once he did, he would kill in one strike. "Little girl, be careful," Gong Silan shouted. Unfortunately, it was too late. Xing Wang activated the Flame God Spear in his hand. The God Spear turned into a huge snake that tried to devour Yu Huaijin. Xing Wang was worthy of being a 6th Jade Moon Realm expert. He was much stronger than Xing Chong and Xing Danian. This snake seemed to be alive. It occupied a large area, making it impossible for Yu Huaijin to dodge. Yu Huaijin looked at this attack with disdain. Interesting, but it's not enough. As the goddess of the Moon Fox clan in the God Realm, she had long reached the 8th level of the Jade Moon Realm. Furthermore, with her talent, she was even stronger than the 10th or 11th level Jade Moon experts of the lower realm. The shadow of the moon was like a shuttle. Yu Huaijin's specialty was speed. She turned into a shadow and dodged Xing Wang's attack. Xing Wang's reaction wasn't fast enough. A large piece of flesh was scratched off. He was in so much pain that he retreated. Yu Huaijin didn't let him go. She followed up with one attack after another. She was like a fox king descending. Her claws were everywhere. Xing Wang felt Yu Huaijin's powerful aura. He only focused on defense. His body was covered in wounds. He couldn't resist at all. "What are you guys standing there for? Come and help me." Xing Wang had to ask for help. Xing Danian, Jia Yuwei, and Pasha Lian all used their ultimate moves to attack Yu Huaijin. The warm-up is over. The battle should be over. Yu Huaijin smiled coldly. She turned into countless shadows and attacked the 3 people behind her. The sky was filled with Yu Huaijin's shadows. It was impossible to tell which one was her real body. Perhaps all of them were her clones. Pooh! Pooh! Yu Huaijin was too strong. Every one of her clones had powerful killing power. The 4 people in front of her couldn't stop her at all. Even if they had divine weapons, they were like children in her eyes. Their heads were directly pinched off by her. 4 headless corpses fell down. It was extremely frightening. These 4 people weren't dead yet. Their heads were still alive, and their souls were fine. However, without a physical body, they would die sooner or later. Yu Huijin did this on purpose. Her young master said it would be best to capture them alive. This should count. When Gong Xilan saw this scene, she was completely shocked. Who was this woman? Why was she so powerful? You are my great-grandmother, right? Yu Huijin looked at Gong Xilan and asked obediently. Ever since she recognized Yang Wu as her master, she slowly got used to this role. It wasn't that she respected Yang Wu, but she respected immortal Shenong. Yang Wu had become the immortal Shenong's disciple in name. In the future, he would definitely become the immortal Shenong's direct disciple. At that time, Yang Wu's status would naturally rise. His status would be much higher than hers. After all, she was only a goddess and not a fairy. Moreover, Yang Wu was already a moon realm alchemist. His status wasn't lower than hers. Being her servant was fine. In the future, there might really be benefits waiting for her. She didn't want to be suppressed like Do Yin from the Saint Do clan. You are? Gong Xilan asked carefully. She was guessing whether the other party was from the Heavenly Palace. Only people from the Heavenly Palace could be so powerful. Of course, when the Yang clan was at its peak, they also had this ability. Unfortunately, it was gone forever. I am young Master Yang Wu's servant. You can call me Huijin. Yu Huijin held 4 heads in her hands and smiled shyly. This kind of scene was a bit bloody and strange. Wu, he's back. Gong Xilan said happily. Yes, young master asked me to bring you back. Yu Huijin replied. Good. The heavens didn't destroy our Yang clan. With Wu, our Yang clan will definitely prosper. Gong Xilan was very excited. Since Yang Wu came to the Yang clan was prospering day by day. With him, the Yang clan would definitely prosper. Who knew that the Xing clan would actually launch a large-scale attack and take advantage of the fact that they hadn't completely risen, wanting to uproot the Yang clan. Moreover, Yang Wu's return saved her and the Yang clan. In her heart, she valued Yang Wu more and more. She felt that she owed him too much. Gong Xilan, let's go quickly. Your Yang clan might still have a way to survive. You know the foundation of our Xing clan. Once we die here, your Yang clan will still be annihilated. If you let us go, we are willing to stop here and not deal with your Yang clan. Xing Ming Wang said. He only had 1 head, but it was still full of vitality. Unfortunately, it was in Yu Huijin's hands and didn't dare to act rashly. Otherwise, he would definitely die. Haha, now you know to admit defeat. Why were you so aggressive just now? It's useless to ask for peace now. Gong Xilan laughed. She was very happy. Great-grandmother, do you want me to kill him first? Yu Huijin asked with a smile. Yu Huijin was very scheming. He knew the position of this woman in front of him in Yang Wu's heart. If he could curry favor with her, she might be able to live a more comfortable life in Yang Wu. It would be best if she could get back the other part of her soul source soon. Then, she would be able to recover her peak strength and even reach a higher level. Xing Ming Wang panicked. You don't act recklessly. If you have any conditions, just say it. We will definitely satisfy you. Don't be in a hurry to kill them. Let's wait for Wu, to deal with everything. Gong Xilan didn't make the decision anymore. At this point, Yang Wu was the real stabilizing force of the Yang clan. It was time for her to give up her position. For the Yang clan to have such a descendant, she was proud. Chapter 1281. With the return of Yang Wu and the rest, the situation was set. Xing Ming Wang and Xing Danian were captured, and Xing Huang, Xing Ming Yang, and Xing Lao Yang were killed. This meant that the Xing clan had completely failed. Now, only the Chu clan was left. The Chu clan ancestor had been waiting for Xing Ming Wang and the rest to return. As long as they returned, they could still win this battle and replace the Yang clan. The Chu clan had been waiting for this day for a long time. Who knew that before the Chu clan ancestor could wait for Xing Ming Wang and the rest to return, Gong Xilan had returned. The Chu clan ancestor panicked. How is Gong Xilan still alive? Xing Ming Wang and the rest. When he saw Yu Huijin playing with a few heads in her hands, he was so scared that he peed his pants. Those were several powerful, omnipotent experts, and they were all killed by that woman. What was the background of that woman? The Chu clan ancestor was caught off guard and was almost strangled to death by the Earth Dragon. After he luckily escaped, he shouted to the Chu clan people, "Let's retreat." "Isn't it too late to think of retreating now?" Gong Silan appeared in front of the Chu clan ancestor and said coldly. Gong Silan, who was covered in blood, had recovered more than half of her injuries. The recovery ability of a master of the heaven-reaching realm was very strong. The Chu clan ancestor replied, "Gong Silan, we admit defeat. We will never set foot in the battle world again." Do you think there will be such a chance? When your Chu clan placed the bet on the Xing clan, you all lost completely. Gong Silan coldly snorted. Just as Gong Silan was about to kill the Chu clan ancestor, Yang Wu rushed over and said, "Great-grandmother, leave him to me." "Wu, stay away. This guy is still a bit dangerous," Gong Silan said. "With me by the young master's side. Who can hurt him?" Yu Huijin appeared obediently beside Yang Wu and said, "That's true." Gong Silan nodded lightly. The Chu clan ancestor said, "I am willing to compensate your Yang clan. I will definitely satisfy you." "He is already dead. What compensation do you want? Besides, do we lack your compensation?" Yang Wu replied disdainfully. "You really can't take a step back? Do you really want to force this old man to perish together with you?" The Chu family's ancestor's expression was extremely ugly. "You don't have that right," Yang Wu replied. After a pause, he added, "But we won't kill you all. Now, I'll give you a chance. As long as you defeat me, everyone here can live." "Wu, you can't." Gong Silan hurriedly stopped him. She knew that Yang Wu had become stronger, but she didn't think that Yang Wu would be able to fight against a transcending heaven expert. "Great-grandmother, don't worry. I know what I'm doing." Yang Wu looked towards Gong Silan and said, "Is what you said true?" Chu clan's ancestor questioned Yang Wu. "Of course, you only have one chance. If you don't agree, you will all die here. If you agree, you may have a chance to live," Yang Wu said with certainty. He wanted to use Chu clan's ancestor to train himself and help him become stronger. Previously, he had fought with the Earth Dragon and killed a divine realm spirit demon. But to him, it wasn't enough training. Chu clan's ancestor was the best target. "Okay, I promise you. Don't go back on your words." Chu clan's ancestor replied. Then let's fight." After Yang Wu responded, he attacked Chu clan's ancestor. The nether ice wing blade behind Yang Wu flashed and turned into an afterimage. In the blink of an eye, he appeared in front of Chu clan's ancestor. The double-edged triple dragon spear pierced towards Chu clan's ancestor's throat. "This brat will definitely not let me go. When I capture him, my Chu clan's lives will be saved." Chu clan's ancestor thought in his heart. He raised his hand to meet Yang Wu's battle spear and grabbed towards Yang Wu's battle spear. Just as he was about to grab Yang Wu's double-edged triple dragon spear, a mysterious phoenix sword appeared in Yang Wu's other hand and slashed towards his waist. A spear and a sword attack connected head to tail. It was impossible to guard against it. Chu clan's ancestor was worthy of being a divine realm expert. His reaction was incomparably fast. His figure flashed and dodged Yang Wu's attack. He reached out his hand to grab Yang Wu. A huge palm appeared in front of Yang Wu's neck in the blink of an eye. Just as he thought he had caught Yang Wu's nether ice wing blade retracted like a soft sword and attacked Chu clan's ancestor's palm. Yang Wu was still forced to retreat by Chu clan's ancestor. But the moment he retreated, his mysterious phoenix sword slashed out an incomparably stunning sword Dao power. Star-swallowing sword Dao. World-rending. Starlight flickered around Yang Wu before quickly disappearing. Strands of sword energy slashed out, causing space to crack. It was as though the entire world had been destroyed by the sword attack. The power of this sword was not inferior to the power of any ordinary divine realm expert. This was also the reason why Yang Wu dared to challenge him. After Chu clan's ancestor felt the threat, he spat out a mouthful of essence chi from his mouth and shattered Yang Wu's sword chi. His 10 fingers flicked, and it was as if a guqin appeared in his arms. Rays of finger radiance like sound waves rushed towards Yang Wu. His 10 fingers were like sound. Every finger force carried the sound of shooting stars. Yang Wu used his spear as a shield and continuously swept away the finger force. But when he came into contact with it, he realized how terrifying the finger force was. His body was constantly pushed back. The two blades, three dragons, spear almost fell out his hands. His body was hit by three-finger force and was deflected by the profound armor. Chu Clan's ancestor was unforgiving. Like a goshawk, he flew above Yang Wu's head and shouted, "A mere Star Mark realm dares to provoke a Jade Moon realm expert. You have guts." Corpse-rending divine claw. The descending claw force could split space. Any living being that was caught would be dismembered. Even the soul could not escape. This was a powerful divine technique. Yang Wu was already sealed by this move. He couldn't escape even if he wanted to. He could only fight head-on. Gong Silan was incomparably worried. War. She wanted to rush over, but she was stopped by Yu Huaijin. This kind of attack can't hurt the young master. Yu Huaijin said confidently. Yang Wu was only at the 6th level of Star Mark realm and could fight with her at the pinnacle of the Saint realm. And with her strength at the pinnacle of the Saint realm, it was not difficult to kill a few lower realm false gods. Yang Wu naturally wouldn't find it too difficult. It all depended on whether Yang Wu would use his trump card or not. Electric fork magnetic field. Suddenly, the power of thunder and lightning exploded with Yang Wu as the center. Many divine claws were shattered. Chu Clan's ancestor was also mercilessly attacked by the power of the electric forks. Thunder battle body? Chu Clan's ancestor said in surprise. He struck out with his palms and shattered the electric forks. These electric forks contained the power of thunder and lightning, causing his arms to feel numb and uncomfortable. Yang Wu transformed into the electric fork god of the electric fork magnetic field. The two blades, three dragons spear, and the phoenix profound sword continuously blasted out powerful attacks, wanting to kill Chu Clan's ancestor. If that's all you've got, then die. Yang Wu was not able to enjoy himself to the fullest. He could not help but roar. Yang Wu had comprehended the Tao of Black Tortoise. Using both the spear and sword, he could unleash their moves to the extreme. Even in the electric fork magnetic field, he was like a fish in water. The explosive power was not weak. One spear was like the black tortoise moving out, bringing along torrential waves. The other sword could split heaven and earth, and even destroy the galaxy. Countless spear and sword shadows left marks on Chu Clan's ancestor's body. Yang Wu's electric fork magnetic field was still releasing the power of thunder and lightning. The electric forks kept spinning, and the power was incomparably violent. Even a half-step to Heaven Ascension realm expert would die here. Chu Clan's ancestor had to deal with 3 attacks at the same time, which was enough for him to suffer. In fact, Chu Clan's ancestor was still able to deal with it. He was at the Jade Moon realm, so he could withstand the power of a full moon. The power of the stars converged to form a full moon. A moon robe covered his body and blocked Yang Wu's attack. Moreover, a real zither appeared in his hand. Qi energy supported the zither as he strummed it with both hands. The sound of the zither was like thunder, and the power of the electric forks was completely destroyed. Attack! Chu Clan's ancestor faintly shouted. Under the sound of his zither, many yellow giants appeared and attacked Yang Wu. These yellow giants were formed by divine power. It was the power of the moon and the yellow Xian Qi of heaven and earth. These were war giants. The power of Yang Wu's spear and sword clashed madly with these giants, and a lot of Xian Qi exploded. Rumble, rumble. While Yang Wu and Chu Clan's ancestor were fighting, the Yang clan and Xing clan's people finally clashed. The Yang clan's formation was removed, and the Yang clan's 200,000 people rushed out. Kill all the dogs of the Xing clan. Avenge our ancestors. Don't let a single one of them escape. The Yang clan's people had long been stifled. They had experienced despair and returned to heaven. It was time for revenge. The 500,000 soldiers of the Xing clan were frantically retreating. They tried to activate their battleships to escape. Unfortunately, a godly power descended and froze their 10 battleships in place. It also dispersed their 10,000 people godly picture. Our ancestors were defeated. If we don't escape, we'll be dead. Where did the Yang clan's experts come from? We clearly had the advantage. How could it be reversed? I don't believe it. Let's run. We don't have any heavenly divine experts. No matter how many people we have, will only die. Everyone don't panic. Control the divine diagram and stop the Yang clan's pursuit. Our warships can't be activated. We're finished. The Xing clan's people were completely flustered. They thought that after losing, they could still activate their warships to escape. Now, their warships couldn't be activated at all. They couldn't escape. The Yang clan's people had arrived. They had more people than the Xing clan, but their aura was like a rainbow as they attacked the Xing clan's people with overwhelming power. Not only that, but the Yang clan's saints who were still alive cooperated with them. They were determined to kill all 500,000 people. Activate the divine diagram. Someone from the Xing clan shouted. I'll take the divine diagram for you. A playful voice rang out. A hand descended from the sky and grabbed the divine diagram of the Xing clan. The entire Xing clan was in complete despair. Their ambitions couldn't be realized. They were all going to die here. Run. Chapter 1282. When two armies clashed, it was not only a competition of strength, but also battle intent. At the start, the Xing family came in a menacing manner, their battle intent soaring to the heavens. They were confident that they would win. With their army pressing down on the border, they were invincible. Now that almost all the experts of the Xing family were killed, the morale of the Xing family's army dropped. When the battleships and divine map were useless, their battle intent dropped to the freezing point. Even the leader of the army could not control the morale of the army. The army of 500,000 fled frantically. Dog of the Xing family, none of you can escape today. A pinnacle small saint of the Yang family roared. He held a blue spear and stabbed forward. You want to leave after killing so many of our Yang family's people? Not so easy. Another small saint of the Yang family shouted. The battle intent of the Yang family had reached its peak. Every one of them was venting their anger on the Xing family's people. Moreover, the Yang family still had the Yang family's saints to protect them. Without the Xing family saints, this was destined to be a massacre. Old Turtle, Yang Taihe, and Yu Chang were fine, but Yang Luosin was dead. After Yang Luosin consumed the Dragon Phoenix elixir, his strength increased tremendously. He could now fight with a half-step reaching Heaven Realm expert. After Yang Wu came, he displayed his powerful combat strength. After the battlefield was stabilized, he relaxed and made a fatal mistake. His heart was shattered by his opponent, and he died. However, he died with a smile on his face, because he had seen the victory of the Yang family. So what if he died? He was old. He was very satisfied to be able to contribute to the Yang family. With the return of Gong Salon, none of the Xing family's saints could escape. They were all killed to avenge the other Yang family's saints. The Yang family did not have many saints to begin with. Even the consecrators only had about 60 people. After today, there were only about 20 left. They had lost 2/3 of their saints. The Chu family's saints also participated in the battle. Only a few of them died, and they were all killed by Yang Wu. Now, the Chu family's saints did not dare to escape. With the reaching Heaven Realm expert locking onto them, how could they escape? They could only pray that their grand ancestor could defeat Yang Wu. Yang Wu and the Chu family's grand ancestor clashed fiercely. The two of them were actually tied. Who would have thought that Yang Wu would possess such abnormal strength? Wu has actually grown to this extent. Good, very good. Gong Xilan said with incomparable satisfaction. Yang Taihe, who was beside him, also nodded and said, after this battle, our Yang family will be safe for the time being. It's all thanks to Yang Wu's contribution. He has done a great job for the Yang family. In the past, when Yang Wu was the Yang family's young patriarch, there were many different voices in the family. But after this battle, no one dared to raise any objections. Our Yang clan is still too small. Gong Xilan glanced at Yu Huaijin, who was not far away, and sighed. That's also his clan. Yang Taihe replied. At this time, Yang Wu and the Chu family's ancestor entered a white-hot stage. Yang Wu's black tortoise armor had been shattered, and there were many wounds on his body. It seemed that he was at an absolute disadvantage. The Chu family's grand ancestor's Guqin Dao was very strong. Not only could he condense a giant to fight, but he also had the power of sound waves that constantly interfered with his divine cord, causing his battle prowess to be affected. Yang Wu did not give up on attacking because of this. Instead, he fought faster and faster. With an excited expression on his face, he said, "This bit of power is not enough. Stronger." The Chu family's grand ancestor revealed a sinister expression and said, "It's over." Just now, the Chu family's grand ancestor did not use his full strength. How could the strength of the Jade Moon realm only be this little? He only used his true strength now. He wanted to take down Yang Wu while everyone was unprepared. The Chu family's grand ancestor pressed his palms on the guqin, and a burst of noise rang out. Wave after wave of ear-piercing sounds entered the soul, as if tens of thousands of needles were stabbing into it. Even Yang Wu felt incomparably uncomfortable. Yang Wu's divine court Dao flower shrank, and the soul embryo's eyes shone brightly, shooting out all the sound waves that rushed in. The Chu family's grand ancestor took the opportunity to rush over. His speed was extremely fast, and with a single step, he landed beside Yang Wu. His palm grabbed Yang Wu's head, and he shouted proudly, "Be captured." Wu. Gong Salon was shocked. She did not hesitate to rush out. She did not want anything to happen to Yang Wu. Yu Huijin once again stopped Gong Salon. "Great-grandmother, don't worry. Young master will be fine. Get out of the way." Gong Salon did not believe Yu Huijin's words. She would not allow Yang Wu to be hurt. In the time it took for a spark to fly off a flint, a demonic shadow needle flew out from Yang Wu's divine court, directly piercing towards the Chu family's divine court. At such a close distance, even if the Chu family's grand ancestor had reached the Heaven Ascension realm, he would not be able to dodge the demonic shadow needle's attack. 108 demonic shadow needles pierced into the Chu family's divine court. His divine soul was fiercely pierced. He was caught off guard and suffered heavy injuries. He screamed in pain. "You want to capture me? You don't have the ability," Yang Wu said with an evil smile. Then he grabbed the Chu family's grand ancestor's neck and shouted, "I'll beat you up." Bang! This punch is for the Xing family. You are actually willing to be the Xing family's lackey. Bang! This punch is for the Chu family. You are actually joking with the lives of the Chu family. Not far away, the Chu family's people's faces twitched. That was their grand ancestor. He had the final say in the Chu family. Bang! This punch is for the Yang family. If you dare to touch a hair of the Yang family, even if you're an old ghost in the Heaven Ascension realm, you will die. Bang! This punch is for me. I had a good time just now. Now, let me have a good time. Bang! This last punch is for the flowers and plants of the Yang family. You are not worthy to step on them. Even if the Chu family's grand ancestor was not beaten to death, he would be angered to death by Yang Wu. He swore that he did not touch the flowers and plants of the Yang family. He was an expert in the Heaven Ascension realm and had always been flying around. He could not step on the flowers and plants of the Yang family. Winner takes all. Everything was decided by the winner. After taking 5 punches from Yang Wu, the Chu family's grand ancestor's body was smashed. Even if he had a strong recovery ability, it was difficult for him to recover in an instant. Moreover, Yang Wu's strength was completely suppressing him. If he dared to use his strength, Yang Wu would dare to twist his head off. Gong Salon, Yang Taihe, and the rest saw that Yang Wu had defeated the Chu family's grand ancestor. Their eyes were wide open and filled with disbelief. Since when did a middle sage have the ability to defeat the Heaven Ascension realm old monster? They suspected that there was an old monster hiding in Yang Wu's body. Otherwise, how could he be so powerful? Following the defeat of the Chu family's grand ancestor, everyone in the Chu family panicked. When Yang Wu's gaze landed on them, they knelt down and begged for mercy without hesitation. "We are willing to surrender and become a subsidiary of the Yang family. Please let us go." "Hee, there's no use in keeping you guys." Yang Wu sneered. The Chu family's people were completely pale. Yang Wu's tone changed and said, "But seeing that you guys did not make a big mistake, I will give you a chance to redeem yourselves." He had already thought of a way to send the Chu family's people to the Yang family to mine. It was also a good choice. Moreover, these saints could also fill the gap in the Yang family. As long as he used the puppet controlling technique, it would be fine. He could pass the puppet controlling technique to his grandmother and let her control the Chu family's grand ancestor and these Chu family saints. The Chu family would be in the bag. After the Chu family's grand ancestor was taken down, the battle came to an end. At this moment, the Sun family's people arrived. A divine master from the Sun family said loudly, "Yang family's allies, I'm sorry. We were intercepted by the Lu family's people. We only managed to rush over because they retreated." The Sun family had brought 3 warships with 50,000 people on each warship, a total of 150,000 people. It could be seen that the Sun family sincerely wanted to help the Yang family. At this moment, the Tranquil Wind sect's grand ancestor also came out and said, "The Tranquil Wind sect is late." The Tranquil Wind sect's people had already returned, leaving only him, the grand ancestor, to watch. He only came out after seeing that the situation was settled. Anyone could see his sincerity. Gong Salon welcomed the Sun family's divine master and said, "Thank you for your trouble. I represent the Yang family in thanking you endlessly. Haha, our 2 families have formed an alliance. Naturally, we will do our best to help each other." The Sun family's grand ancestor declared war on the Xing family. The Sun family's divine master shouted straightforwardly. Thus, the people on the warships all chased after the Xing family, helping the Yang family destroy the Xing family's army. The Xing family's army had destroyed many of the Yang family's subordinate forces. They had to pay a sufficient price. After the Sun family's army intervened, the Xing family paid a heavy price. More than half of the army of 500,000 was killed. A small portion wanted to take advantage of the chaos to escape, but they were all chased down by the Yang family's saints. The Yang family wanted to keep all of the 500,000 soldiers here. They could not allow them to escape. At this moment, another Xing family's divine master appeared, sweeping up a group of Xing family's youths and taking them away. Gong Salon did not expect that there would be another divine master hiding. Even Yu Huaijin did not discover him. Many Yang family's people were killed by the divine master. When they arrived, the Xing family's divine master had already taken away a group of people. "You better not be so ruthless. Our Xing family is willing to compensate and exchange people." The Xing family's divine master left behind a request. This angered Gong Silon even more, and she continued to kill the Xing family's people. The divine master's wrath caused the heavens and earth to tremble. The Xing family lost more than 400,000 people, and only a few thousand were taken away by the divine master. This battle was definitely the most bitter battle in the war race in the past 100 years. Since ancient times, the 8 great battle clans had always been united in exterminating the devil race and stopping the invasion of the devil race. Even if there was some friction between them, there were very few fierce clashes. 800 years ago, the Yang clan had suffered a great calamity and had suffered heavy losses. This time, they were invaded by the Xing clan, causing the Yang clan to suffer a great loss. However, the Yang clan had managed to survive. This time, they had exterminated so many people from the Xing clan. These hundreds of thousands of people were enough to shake the foundation of the Xing family. In the next 100 years, the Xing family would definitely have a shortage of manpower. The loss of the Divine Master and Saints would have a huge impact. This battle would change the structure of the 8 great battle clans. Chapter 1283. The battle between the Yang and Xing clans swept through the battle realm and the transcendent realm. The result was unexpected. Everyone was talking about it. The Xing clan's army of 500,000 was slaughtered, and several immortal realm warriors were captured. When did the Yang clan have such a strong foundation? I didn't expect that the Yang clan could resist the Xing clan's attack. This kind of ancient clan can't be judged by common sense. This time, the Xing clan was determined to win. They sent out a large number of people, at least half of their clan's strength, but they were defeated. How did the Yang clan do it? Is there still an old man in the Yang clan? There were people who secretly watched the battle. It was said that Yang Wu came back with a group of warriors. It was him who turned the tide and helped the Yang clan turn the situation around. No matter what, we can't look at the Yang clan with the same old eyes anymore. There was an unwritten rule between the battle clans. They were not allowed to fight among themselves. This time, the Xing clan sent troops to attack the Yang clan, which was against the rules. The conflict between the clans were settled by the Xing clan, and only the Sun clan helped them. After this, the crack between the battle clans became more and more obvious. In the end, it was unknown whether the other clans would give the Yang clan an explanation. Anyway, the Yang clan was in the limelight this time, and the Xing clan suffered heavy losses. As for the Chu clan, they had bet on the wrong thing. They were destined to lose everything. The Yang clan also suffered heavy losses this time. Even if they won, it was a Pyrrhic victory. Many saints died, including Yang Jinghai. His physical body was destroyed, and only his soul was left. In addition, many of the Yang clan's outer relatives and many of their subordinate forces were slaughtered. Almost half of their territory fell. The civilians living in those territories were killed or injured. Cries of pain filled the air. It would be difficult for them to recover in less than 100 years. In the Yang clan's territory, the Yang clan was holding a large memorial ceremony. They prayed for those who died, hoping that they would be reincarnated smoothly and that their next life would be better. The memorial ceremony was presided over by Yang Taiha. He was an ancestor-level figure of a Yang clan and had sufficient prestige. It was most appropriate for him to preside over the ceremony. First, he read the funeral oration, and then he complained about the evil deeds of the Xing clan. He encouraged the disciples of the Yang clan to remember the pain of today and strive to become stronger so that they could eliminate the Xing clan in the future. At the same time, he thanked Yang Wu for his contributions to the Yang clan. If it wasn't for Yang Wu, the Yang clan would be gone. He announced that Yang Wu would be the successor of the Yang clan patriarch. With Yang Jinghai's body destroyed, it was no longer possible for him to assume the position of patriarch. No one else could compare to Yang Wu. He had already obtained the support of the entire clan. When Yang Wu made the announcement, no one objected. They all agreed. At this time, the Black Tortoise and the Azure Dragon army, who had returned from the world of battles, also supported Yang Wu. These two armies were Yang Wu's strongest troops. By the time they returned, the war had already ended. When they returned, they were obstructed by the Xing clan. Fortunately, after Yang Hanlin had switched to the demonic Tao, he had entered the half-step, transcending heaven realm in a short period of time. Not long ago, he had broken through to the Jade Moon realm, becoming a true transcending heaven realm figure. Only then was he able to force back the Xing clan's obstruction and smoothly return to the Yang clan. In addition, Yang Ba, Su Chu, White-Haired Demonis, and the others all rushed back. After parting ways with Yang Wu from the Saint Transformation Pool, they went their own ways to gain experience. They didn't wish to be a burden to Yang Wu, so they began to search for their own cultivation path. Yang Ba and Su Chu both reached the 2-star rune realm, and White-Haired Demonis also advanced to the next level, entering the 3-star rune realm. Yang Wu already knew that he was going to be the patriarch of a Yang clan. He originally wanted to object, but he also knew that the Yang clan was at a very important turning point. If he didn't take up the role, there would be no one more suitable. Thus, he tacitly agreed with Yang Wu's actions. With his current strength, it was more than enough for him to be the patriarch of the Yang clan. Moreover, he could also help the Yang clan become even more glorious. Next, let the new patriarch say a few words to everyone. Yang Taiha looked at Yang Wu and said. Yang Wu walked up to the high platform. The Yang clan disciples all knelt down on one knee and sang in unison. We pay our respects to Patriarch Yang Wu. White robes whiter than snow, mourning soldiers recognized their master. Yang Wu received the order in the face of danger. His heart was filled with many emotions. He faintly said, "Everyone rise." When everyone stood up, he sonorously said, "I only want to say 2 words. My clansmen are my family. If I live, my clansmen live. If I die, my clansmen will still live. Before long, we will use the heads of our enemies as a sacrifice to the saint elders who died for the clan. We will use the heads of our enemies as a sacrifice to the saint elders who died. We will use the heads of our enemies as a sacrifice to the saint elders who died." The people of the Yang clan all loudly shouted. Their eyes were filled with the flames of hatred. They would remember today's enmity and strengthen themselves to take revenge for the people who died. After the end of the memorial ceremony, Yang Wu held a meeting of the elders. He appointed Gong Silan and Yang Chaolin as the Grand Protectors, which are the family's Tong Tian old ancestors. He appointed Yang Taihe and Yu Chang, and as the left and right supervising protectors. Their positions were the highest apart from the two Grand Protectors, and they had the authority to act first and report later. He appointed the Sage Elders who were still alive as members of the Sage Elders Association to assist the Patriarch in managing the family safety. He appointed Peng Yuan as the Chief Military Advisor, Yang Chaohui and Yang Songbua as the leaders of the Black Tortoise and Azure Dragon. He appointed Yang Ba, Su Chu, and the others as members of the Elder Association to assist the Patriarch as the Patriarch's personal guards. Yang Wu gave out one order after another. The Yang clan once again carried out their orders in an orderly manner. They began to restore the Yang clan's operations. The reason why Yang Wu was able to handle everything in such an orderly manner was because Peng Yuan had already prepared the relevant documents for him. He had listed out the rules of operation clearly. Yang Wu only needed to look through it and make sure there were no problems before he could give out orders. Peng Yuan had been arranged by Yang Wu to stay at the Yangjing seaside for more than a year. He had a good understanding of the Yang clan situation, which was why he was able to work for Yang Wu in such a short period of time. Yang Wu was extremely satisfied with the details that Peng Yuan had listed out. In this aspect, Peng Yuan was better than Lu Ji. Perhaps Peng Yuan was born to be an advisor. Lu Ji was suitable for commanding troops on a battlefield and giving advice on some important matters. He was not as considerate as Peng Yuan when it came to small matters. This was also the reason why Yang Wu appointed Peng Yuan as the chief military advisor. The Yang clan had never had an outsider to manage the clan's affairs. Now that it was a special period, no one dared to oppose everything that Yang Wu did. After Yang Wu arranged everything, he discussed how to deal with the Xing clan and the Chu clan. In the end, he did not have the strength to deal with the Xing clan for the time being. He could only take down the Chu clan completely first. Before taking down the Chu clan, Yang Wu also had some things to deal with first. The Chu clan elder and the saints of the Chu clan were completely taken down by them. It could be said that the Chu clan did not have many experts left. It would not be too difficult to control the Chu clan. Yang Wu, Gong Silan, Yang Hamlin, Yang Taihe, and Yu Chang gathered together. They were the 5 most powerful people of the Yang clan and represented the highest level of the meeting. Great-grandmother, what do you think we should do next? The Chu clan is in the Heavy Mountain boundary, not in the battle world. Even if they're all together, it is not easy to manage them. Yang Wu asked Gong Silan. It's easy to say it's easy, but it's also difficult to say it's difficult. It depends on which way you want to solve it. One way is to drain the Chu family of all their assets, kill all their saint level and above, and sink the Chu family once and for all. I believe that at that time, many people will contribute to get rid of the Chu family and occupy the Chu family's territory. The other way is to find a way to control Chu Rong. As long as we control him, it is equivalent to controlling the entire Chu family. Not only can we drain the Chu family of all their assets, but we can also make them work for our Yang family for a long time and strengthen our Yang family. Gong Silan was indeed someone who had seen big scenes. She immediately analyzed the situation and gave a solution. Yang Hamlin said faintly, "The Chu clan is helping the evildoer. They should be wiped out." His demonic power was just completed. His whole body was full of demonic energy. However, no one felt uncomfortable. He had just returned from the battle world. It was normal for him to have demonic energy. If we can control Chu Rong, the second choice is not bad. The Chu clan is not small. With them helping us accumulate wealth, we can speed up the recovery of the Yang clan. Yang Taihe said. Yu Chang'an said in a deep voice the second choice. The clan leader will have a way to make him submit. Everyone looked at Yang Wu. Yang Wu gave them too many surprises. It made them feel that he was more useful than Gong Silan. That's right. Wu, do you have any poison pills? Feed Chu Rong a few and make him unable to leave the control of the poison pills. He will definitely submit. Gong Xilan asked Yang Wu. Yang Wu swore. It's not that we don't have this kind of poison pill. However, it is better to directly control his soul and order him to do things. I have a puppet control technique. I will pass it to great-grandmother. With you controlling Chu Rong and the Chu clan, this problem can be solved. He paused for a moment and said, it is necessary to control the Chu clan. However, we must also punish them. It is necessary to kill the chicken to warn the monkey. Otherwise, others will think that the Yang clan is too weak and easy to bully. That's right. Those who should be killed must be killed. Yang Hanlin agreed. All right. With Wu Er's puppet control technique, the Chu clan can be considered settled. As for who to kill, I will let Chu Rong handle it when the time comes. Gong Xilan replied. Then she said, Jing Hai is only left with his soul. I don't have the ability to revive him. Wu Er, do you have any ideas? She had seen Yang Wu's miraculous abilities. Back then, Yang Taiha was only left with a skeleton and soul. He was also completely revived by him. She thought that Yang Wu might have a way to revive Yang Jing Hai. Yang Wu shook his head and said, Patriarch Jing Hai's body has been destroyed. It's too difficult to reconstruct it. If I arrange a new body for him, he can live. I also have a way to make him perfectly compatible with the body he's going to possess. I just don't know if Patriarch Jing Hai will agree. Moreover, this matter is a bit against the harmony of the heavens. If he reincarnates, I can help him obtain an innate battle body from a young age. In the future, he will be even more powerful, but I can't guarantee that his memories of this life will be erased during the reincarnation process. In fact, Yang Wu had another method. That was to cultivate the ghost body. He was too embarrassed to say it out loud. Chapter 1284. After everyone finished discussing, they felt that they should respect Yang Jinghai's choice. They would first ask for his opinion. No matter what he chose, they would respect him. Yang Jinghai's soul was protected in a soul lamp that could prevent his soul from being extinguished. In addition, the Yang family also had some soul springs that could help protect his soul from dissipating. In reality, Yang Wu had more soul springs than the Yang family, but he wasn't in a hurry to take them out. Moreover, he also had a soul cultivation method that could ensure Yang Jinghai's survival if he passed it on to him. After everyone invited Yang Jinghai's soul body out, they told him their suggestions and let him choose. Yang Hanlin said, if it were up to me, I'd just take over a body. It's straightforward. Listen to Jinghai. Gong Xilan said from the side. She then looked at Yang Jinghai and said gently, Jinghai, think about it carefully. No matter what choice you make, our Yang family will give you our full support. We definitely won't let you suffer a loss. Many thanks, great-grandmother. Yang Jinghai replied. Then, he looked at Yang Wu. Yang Wu, Patriarch, what do you think I should choose? Yang Wu was stunned. Patriarch, this is such a big matter. How can I make a decision for you? You are the Patriarch. Don't call me that. You saved our family and saved my life. I feel that you have the most ideas. I plan to listen to your opinion before making a decision. Yang Jinghai replied seriously. All right, since the Patriarch thinks so, I'll be frank. Yang Wu replied. Then, he said seriously, I have 4 methods. The worst is to take over a body. The worst is to reconstruct a body. The best is to become a ghost cultivator. And the best is to reincarnate and cultivate again. Reincarnate and cultivate again? Why are you at the top? Yang Taiha asked curiously. The others also looked at Yang Wu curiously. They wanted to know what he was thinking. In their opinion, investing in a body and cultivating again was the riskiest. If something went wrong, Yang Jinghai might die. They didn't suspect that Yang Wu had ulterior motives. With Yang Wu's ability, he wouldn't scheme against Yang Jinghai for the sake of the position of Patriarch. Just now, I also felt that reincarnating and cultivating again was a risky matter. However, I have a method that can be tried. Listen to my analysis first. Yang Wu said seriously. Then, he said, the method of taking over a body is the safest. It's just changing a body, but there won't be much room for improvement, so I put this method at the bottom. The second method is to reconstruct a body. but it is very difficult to find all kinds of rare materials. If the materials you find aren't high enough, the body you reconstruct will be poor. God-level materials aren't easy to find, and the method to reconstruct a body is very complicated. The only advantage is that the higher the level of the body you reconstruct, the greater the room for improvement. As for the ghost cultivator, I think it's the best method. I have a ghost cultivation art. Its level isn't low and can help Jinghai Shang regain his strength. It can even help him reach a higher level without any risk. However, if he changes his cultivation to ghost cultivator, Jinghai Shang won't be a human anymore and should be considered part of the ghost race. As for reincarnating and cultivating again, it is indeed the riskiest. However, after thinking about it, if we are well prepared, once he successfully reincarnates, Jinghai Shang will definitely have an advantage that others can't compare to. I will use the divine liquid to help Jinghai Shang become a god. Once he is born, his achievements will be even higher. After everyone heard this, they all fell into deep thought. They all understood that Yang Wu's analysis of the situation was very accurate. It all depended on Yang Jinghai's choice. The safest method was to become a ghost cultivator. However, turning a human into a ghost wasn't something unacceptable in the transcendent world. As long as he was alive, it didn't matter what he became. I choose to reincarnate and cultivate again. Yang Jinghai quickly made up his mind. Jinghai, you have to be careful. Gong Xilan glanced at him and said, she would rather Yang Jinghai choose to take over a body than have an accident happen to him when he reincarnated. These were the great men of their Yang family. Yang Jinghai replied, Great-grandmother, I have thought about it very clearly. I am already extremely satisfied with my achievements in this life to be able to become the Yang family's patriarch. However, my cultivation talent isn't very outstanding. Even if I work very hard, there is still a huge gap between me and the geniuses of the other factions. After reincarnating, I can possess a divine body and will definitely become stronger. In the future, I might even have the hope of stepping onto the peak of the martial path. This has always been my dream. Now that I have the chance, I have the chance. He continued, now that my Yang family has ruthlessly thwarted the Xing family's plan to exterminate our family, and with Patriarch Wu suppression, my Yang family will definitely rise completely within 100 years. It doesn't matter whether I am there or not. Therefore, I have decided to reincarnate and cultivate again. You can become a ghost cultivator. That is a path to enlightenment. Yang Hamlin said from the side, if you want me to become a member of a different race, I can't do it. I want to be a member of the Yang family for the rest of my life. Therefore, if I reincarnate, I will definitely be a member of the Yang family. Yang Jinghai said firmly. Good, as expected of our Yang family's great man. Yang Taiha praised. Wu, since you have placed reincarnation as the best plan, I believe you have a way to ensure that Jinghai reincarnates smoothly. Gong Xilan asked Yang Wu. Yang Wu smiled bitterly and said, I can't guarantee this, but I can increase the success rate. Reincarnation was something that even Tongtian Old Monster wouldn't dare to easily say that he could do it smoothly. After all, this involved the great secret of reincarnation and exceeded the scope of ordinary great Tao. Patriarch, you don't have to feel burdened. If I don't reincarnate successfully, it is also my fate. I won't blame you. Yang Jinghai said from aside. Since Jinghai has made up his mind, then let's do it. If there is anything that needs to be prepared, the family will fully support it. Gong Xilan replied, this matter isn't urgent. First, we need to find the best source of reincarnation in the family. I will also pass on a soul cultivation secret technique to Patriarch. I guarantee that after you reincarnate, you will remember some things. Yang Wu planned to pass on the soul tactics to Yang Jinghai. The soul tactics was one of the most profound soul secret techniques. It was even above the Soul Control Heart Sutra. It could protect Yang Jinghai's soul power. Perhaps it would be of great benefit to his reincarnation. Yang Jinghai's matter could be considered resolved. Next, it was Gong Xilan who went to deal with the Chu family's matters. Yang Wu focused on raising the Yang family's prestige and waited for the Xing family's people to come and trade. The Xing family's 5 heavenly masters were captured. The Xing family would definitely not ignore them and would definitely send people to negotiate. However, Yang Wu had already decided that no matter who they sent, they would be captured. Unless there was someone who could resist Yu Huaijin, then they would have the qualifications to negotiate with the Yang family, who knew that Yang Wu had completely miscalculated. The Xing family did not personally send people to negotiate. Instead, they sent people from the Li family. The Yang family once had a daughter who married into the Li family. The Li family was once an ally of the Yang family. However, the relationship between the two families was already dead in name. Who would have thought that the Xing family would send people from the Li family? Yang Qingxian was the younger sister of the original Yang family patriarch, Yang Qingxing. She married the Li family patriarch's younger brother, Li Wenfeng. This was a very obvious marriage between the two families. Yang Qingxian was a rather beautiful woman with a rather weak personality. She followed Li Wenfeng and a group of Li family disciples to the Yang family. She first went to see Yang Qingxing. In the battle a few days ago, Yang Qingxing was not killed. He only lost an arm. He obtained a bone-forming pill from the family and grew it back. Yang Qingxing looked much older than when he was the patriarch. He did not look as spirited as before. Big brother. Yang Qingxian saw Yang Qingxing again and called out with a pained expression. Yang Qingxian was a charming young married woman. She wore luxurious clothes and had a voluptuous figure. Her skin was sparkling and translucent. She was the type of woman that most men liked. Qingxian, you shouldn't have come. Yang Qingxing looked at Yang Qingxian and frowned. He did not look at Li Wenfeng. In the Li family, Li Wenfeng was a playboy. He had married more than 10 wives and concubines. Even though Yang Qingxian was the legal wife, her status in the Li family was not high. Yang Qingxing always felt that marrying his sister to Li Wenfeng was a wrong choice. At that time, he had no other choice. He could only rely on the Li family's influence to successfully take the position of patriarch. Big brother, why do you say that? Do you not welcome me and Qingxian as guests? Li Wenfeng was a very handsome and elegant man. He waved the beauty fan and asked frivolously. Yang Qingxing said seriously, "You are welcome to visit me at any time. However, it is not appropriate to visit me at this juncture. Looks like Big Brother's ambitions have been extinguished." Li Wenfeng shook his head. He paused for a moment and said, "What does the Yang family want in order to release the Xing family? I am no longer the patriarch of the Yang family. I can't make the decision. They will not live." Yang Qingxing said with a fierce look. Yang Qingxing was the patriarch of a Yang family after all. He had deep feelings for the Yang family. He naturally hated the Xing family to the bone. Li Wenfeng did not say anything else. He looked deeply at Yang Qingxian, indicating for her to speak. Yang Qingxian hesitated for a moment and said, "Big brother, as long as you release the Xing family." Without waiting for Yang Qingxian to finish, Yang Qingxing slammed the table angrily and said, "I already said that I am no longer the Yang family's patriarch. Even if I am, the Xing family's people will definitely die. They have killed so many of our Yang family's people, yet you still dare to speak for them. Don't forget that you still have the Yang family's blood flowing in your veins. Even if you're now a member of the Li family, you shouldn't speak for your enemies." Yang Qingxian was startled by Yang Qingxing's roar. She hurriedly said, "Big brother, don't be angry. The Xing clan is willing to pay enough compensation. Divine weapons, divine stones, they are willing to pay. If the Yang clan really kills them, then it will be bad for the Yang clan. Our Li clan will be stuck in the middle. And as long as you do that, the Xing and Li clans are willing to help you become the patriarch of the Yang clan, and Chapter 1285. Yang Qingxian was slapped so hard that the skin on her face was broken. It was obvious how hard Yang Qingxing had slapped her. Li Wenfeng didn't expect Yang Qingxing to hit her so suddenly. He quickly rushed over to protect Yang Qingxian. He said to Yang Qingxing anxiously, "Big brother, if you don't agree, then don't agree. Why do you have to hurt Qingxian?" Yang Qing narrowed his eyes as he looked at Li Wenfeng and Yang Qingxian, who was in pain, and said, "You guys underestimate me. It was true that I wanted to be the head of the Yang clan, but I would never betray the interests of the Yang clan, nor would I leave my clansmen in the lurch. Even if I wasn't the head of the Yang clan, I wouldn't allow anyone to harm my clansmen. The Xing clan deserved to die 1,000 deaths. It's fine if the Li clan didn't help the Yang clan, but you actually helped persuade them. A wise man submits to circumstances. The Xing clan is much stronger than the Yang clan. There's nothing wrong with the Li clan allying with the Xing clan. Since Big Brother isn't willing to help, we can only go see the Yang clan leader. Goodbye. Li Wenfeng agreed and left Yang Qingqian's residence with Yang Qingxing. They went to see the Yang clan leader. If you can persuade Yang Wu, I'm willing to take off my head and let you kick it around like a ball, Yang Qingxing said quietly. Yang Qingxing did not have much of a sense of identification with Yang Wu, but in these past few years, Yang Wu had indeed done many things for the Yang family. Furthermore, Yang Wu had a strong personality and would absolutely not compromise. Li Wenfeng and Yang Qingqian asked to see the Yang clan leader, Yang Wu. Yang Wu used recuperation as an excuse to not see them for the time being. He only let them stay in the VIP courtyard. Li Wenfeng didn't suspect anything and stayed in the Yang clan for the time being. At this time, Yang Wu and Peng Yuan were together. Military advisor, what should we do to make this more worthwhile? Yang Wu asked Peng Tong. Peng Yuan thought for a moment and said, Clan leader, this depends on what the Yang clan wants. Was it to kill the captives of the Xing clan for a moment of satisfaction? Or do they want to get a large sum of compensation from the Xing clan? Or do they want to do something even bigger? Military counselor, what's your plan? Yang Wu humbly asked. While killing the captives of the Xing clan would be satisfying for a moment, it would also infuriate the Xing clan. For the sake of their reputation, the Xing clan would definitely gather other powers to attack the Yang clan. When that time comes, would the Yang clan be able to withstand them? Even if we can, we will suffer heavy losses, so killing the Xing family captives is not worth it. If we only ask for compensation and release the captives, the Xing family will think that our Yang family is afraid of them and will definitely come up with another plan. However, this subordinate does not think that it is the best choice. This subordinate believes that we can ask for compensation, but the compensation must be paid by the Li family, and the captives must be handed over to the Li family. Why did you hand the captives over to the Li clan? Isn't the Li clan speaking on behalf of the Xing clan? We can do this, as expected of the military counselor. This plan is brilliant. Let's do as the military counselor says. After Yang Wu and Peng Yuan discussed the plan, they told Gong Salon and the others about it. After getting everyone's approval, they met Li Wenfeng and the others. Yang Wu sat in the meeting hall to meet Li Wenfeng and Yang Qingqian. When they came in to greet him, Yang Wu, who was on the left of Yang Ba, shouted, How dare you? Why are you not kneeling in front of our clan leader? Yang Ba's aura was powerful, like a door god, intimidating evil spirits. Su Chu also shouted, Kneel. If Yang Ba's aura was domineering, then Su Chu's aura was vicious, which could make people tremble in fear. Both of them were in the star pattern realm, and their majestic Saint Qi was extremely shocking. Yang Qingqian was only a minor saint, so her legs went soft and she knelt on the spot. Li Wenfeng was slightly better. He was only scared off, but he did not kneel. After all, he was in the star pattern realm and was not so cowardly. How dare you? I am not a member of your Yang clan, Li Wenfeng shouted with a red face. The moment he came in, he was taken down by the Yang clan. He was very unhappy. All along, the Li clan's power was above the Yang clan. The Yang clan had to be careful when they met the Li clan. This was why Li Wenfeng dared to come to the Yang clan. He thought that the Yang clan would give face to the Li clan and Yang Qingqian, but now he realized that he was thinking too much. You are not a member of the Yang clan, but you are the son-in-law of the Yang clan. When you see our clan leader, you have to kneel, Yang Ba said domineeringly. That's right. If you don't kneel, then scram. Su Chu replied. Is this how the Yang clan treats their guests? Li Wenfeng was so angry that his face turned green. He looked at Yang Wu, hoping that Yang Wu would say something fair. Yang Wu did not speak. He only used his hand to support his face and squinted his eyes, ignoring Li Wenfeng. Kneel! Yang Ba and Su Chu shouted again. Just wait for the Xing clan's anger. Li Wenfeng pulled Yang Qingxian and turned to leave the hall. At this moment, Pang Yuan said faintly, "If you walk out of here, the Xing clan will die, and this blame will fall on your Li clan. It's your Li clan that didn't want to save them." Li Wenfeng stopped and thought to himself, "Are these guys really going to eat me?" This time, he had received orders from his clan to do things beautifully. If he could save the lives of the Xing clan's heaven-reaching old demons, he would be able to obtain a half-god tool and a saint pill. The temptation was too great, so he was willing to give it a try. Now that the Yang clan was making things difficult for him, he couldn't take it lying down. He was also afraid that once he left the Yang clan would announce that they had killed the Xing clan. He would be punished for not doing his job well. If that was the case, he would be in a difficult position. Not only would he not get any benefits, but he would also be in trouble. It was not worth it. Forget it. If you want to kneel, then kneel. It's not a big loss anyway. Li Wenfeng turned back and knelt down on one knee in front of Yang Wu. "Greetings, clan leader Yang Wu." His knee touched the ground, and he stood up, unwilling to kneel any longer. Unexpectedly, Yang Ba shouted again, "Such a rude and arrogant person. Do you think that we don't dare to kill you?" "What do you mean? I've already knelt, and you're still being so overbearing," Li Wenfeng replied. "My clan leader hasn't given you permission to stand up, and you've already stood up. You're clearly looking down on my clan leader," Yang Ba said again. "That's right. You have no intention of negotiating at all." Su Chu agreed. Li Wenfeng was furious. All right. Li Wenfeng, Greek clan leader Yang Wu." He knelt down again, his heart filled with resentment. "The Xing clan sent you here to negotiate?" Yang Wu opened his eyes, and they were like sharp blades that pierced Li Wenfeng. Li Wenfeng panicked, and he blurted out, Yes. As expected, your Li clan has already become the Xing clan's lackey." Yang Wu sighed. "You tricked me," Li Wenfeng cried out. When he and Yang Qingxian first arrived at the Yang clan, they first met with Yang Qingxing, and then came to meet with Yang Wu. He hadn't even explained his intentions, but he never thought that Yang Wu would trick him into revealing the truth. Even though he couldn't hide the fact that he was the Xing clan's lackey, it would be detrimental to his future negotiations. Yang Wu waved his hand and said, "There's no such thing as a trick. The old clan leader already told me your intentions, but I didn't believe it. My Yang clan son-in-law is actually helping the Xing clan to negotiate. No one would believe that you would do such a dishonest thing." Li Wenfeng's expression froze. He didn't know how to respond. Yang Qingxian was even more at a loss. She just stood there in a daze, waiting for the result. Yang Wu continued, "However, since you want to be my lackey, I will give you some face, but I will have strict requirements." Li Wenfeng heaved a sigh of relief and said, "Clan leader Yang Wu, if you have any requirements, I will convey them to you. The Yang clan is my mother's home, and I don't want the Yang clan to be destroyed by the Xing clan." "Haha, that's reasonable." Yang Wu smiled. He paused for a moment and said, "As long as the Xing clan agrees to a few conditions, I will release them immediately. First, the Xing clan will compensate the Yang clan with 2 holy veins and 10 upper holy veins. I believe the Xing clan can do this. Second, the Xing clan is not allowed to use force against the Yang clan for 100 years. They also have to give up 3 mines in the world of battles. Third, the Li clan must be the one to pay the compensation. I don't trust the Xing clan. Furthermore, the Li clan must be the witness. If the Xing clan changes their mind, the Li clan must denounce them. Fourth, no matter which realm they are in, the Xing clan must avoid us if they encounter the Yang clan." When Li Wenfeng heard Yang Wu's conditions, he felt a headache coming on. The Xing clan's bottom line was to compensate the Yang clan once. After that, they would definitely settle the score. Yang Wu's conditions had prepared a way out for the Yang clan. He had even implicated the Li clan. He was too cunning. "Clan leader Yang Wu, how can the Xing clan agree to your conditions?" "Let's change it," Li Wenfeng said. He then continued, "The Xing clan's conditions are to compensate the Yang clan with 8 upper holy veins and not to use force against the Yang clan for 10 years. Someone come, see the guest out. Yang Wu did not wait for Li Wenfeng to finish his words and immediately shouted towards the door. Yes, a guard outside the door replied. Li Wenfeng said anxiously, Clan leader Yang Wu, don't be in such a hurry. Let's talk nicely. If the Li clan was treated the same way by the Xing clan, would you think that my conditions were harsh? I'm afraid it will be even harsher. They want to exterminate our Yang clan, not leaving a single one alive. In this battle, tens of millions of our people have died. They are inhumane and intolerable. If it wasn't for the fact that our Yang clan is weak, we would have killed those old dogs and then killed our way to the Xing clan, causing them to be in chaos, Yang Wu said with incomparable indignation. Li Wenfeng could feel Yang Wu's anger and hurriedly replied, Yes, clan leader Yang Wu is right. However, can we talk about the conditions again? There's no need to talk about it. You don't represent the Xing clan. There's no point in talking to you. You should go back and talk to someone who can make decisions, Yang Wu said as he waved his hand. Chapter 1286. Li Wenfeng was asked to leave the Yang family, but Yang Qingqian was asked to stay. Although Li Wenfeng was a playboy, he still cherished Yang Qingqian very much. However, the Yang family was Yang Qingqian's maiden home. Since Yang Wu wanted her to stay, he didn't dare to oppose. He could only bring the other members of the Li family back with his tail between his legs. Li Wenfeng did not need to return to the Li family's territory. He went to the border between his family and the Yang family to meet with the important members of the family and the Xing family. They had been waiting for Li Wenfeng's return. The Li family's patriarch, Li Wenxian, and the Xing family's patriarch, Xing Tai Luo, stood side by side. Both of them had extraordinary auras, and they had an aura of authority. One could tell at a glance that they were powerful people in high positions. Li Wenfeng bowed when he saw them, and then quickly told them about his experience in the Yang family. He did not dare to hide anything, and even made his experience worse. For example, he was rejected by Yang Qingqian, humiliated by Yang Wu, and almost lost his life in the Yang family. Are you telling the truth? Li Wenxian asked with a frown. Brother, I wouldn't dare to lie to you, Li Wenfeng replied. Brother Tai Luo, I don't think Wenfeng would lie about this. The Yang family has gone overboard, Li Wenxian said to Xing Tai Luo. Xing Tai Luo replied, It's a little overboard, but it's not that overboard. If it were us, we would ask for more compensation. Everything is within our expectations. That's right. Brother Tai Luo, are you going to agree to the Yang family's conditions? Since they've made the conditions, there's room for negotiation. What if the Yang family doesn't give in? Then we'll do as they say. We'll get it back sooner or later. Brother Tai Luo, the Li family has boarded the Xing family's ship. You can't make things difficult for us. Don't worry. We won't go back on our word. Yang Wu did not keep the negotiations with the Xing family in mind. The situation was in their favor now, and they could slowly wear them down. Unless the Xing family came out in full force, they would not be able to threaten them. He sent people to the Apothecary Alliance to ask them to build a branch. He also wanted to announce to everyone that he had become a godly apothecary. The Yang family had just met with a calamity, and if he were to announce his identity as a divine apothecary, it would definitely boost the Yang family's morale and attract more people to join them. Furthermore, it would also create pressure on the Xing family and force them to agree to those conditions. The number of divine apothecaries in the transcendental realm could be counted on one's fingers. Once such an identity was verified, it would be a huge matter that would shake all realms. Once Yang Wu's identity was confirmed, it would greatly increase the confidence of the other allies. Right now, old Monster Tongtian of the Sun family was sitting in the Yang family, discussing the Tao with Gong Silan and Yang Hanlin. It was also to protect the Yang family. It could be said that the Sun family was determined to be on good terms with the Yang family. In addition, a team from the Hung Mountain sect had also arrived, led by Wang Yuyang. They were willing to stay in a Yang family for a period of time, just in case anything happened to the Xing family. The Pill clan didn't send any reinforcements, but they sent over tens of thousands of pills to show their friendship as allies. What made Yang Wu happy was that the 5 heroes of the Proud Sword sect had also arrived. Dark Sword Tang 1, Fleeing Sword Zheng Su, Wave Sword Li Xiao, Golden Sword Uxin, and Sunset Sword Gushi. The 5 of them were the earliest prodigies to follow Yang Wu. It was a pity that Yang Wu's strength was too far ahead of theirs, so they had no choice but to leave Yang Wu to find their own Tao. After not seeing each other for several years, their auras had become much sharper. Each of them had a powerful sword intent, as if they were 5 unsheathed swords, causing others to have a whole new level of respect for them. When Yang Wu saw the 5 of them, he couldn't help but loudly say, "5 brothers, thank you for your kindness." No matter how strong the 5 of them were, they still traveled day and night to support the Yang family after knowing that the Xing family had been destroyed. This kind of kindness was commendable. "Master, we're still late," the 5 of them said guiltily. "Not late, not late, not late at all. I'm really happy that you came back to see me. I'm very grateful. We brothers haven't gotten together for a long time. Today, we won't go home until we're drunk." Yang Wu said happily. He could tell at a glance that the 5 of them had reached the top divine fish realm. Compared to a few years ago, their improvement was not small. However, compared to the top prodigies, they were still far behind. In their forces, they could only be considered as above average talents. Fortunately, they were still very young. Not everyone could improve by leaps and bounds in such a short period of time, like Yang Wu. Now that they had returned, Yang Wu would definitely help them to reach a higher level. He was no longer the Yang Wu from a few years ago. The 5 heroes of the Proud Sword sect did not stand on ceremony with Yang Wu. They had become much more mature after years of training and had already recognized the path under their feet. Even if the distance between them and Yang Wu was increasing, they no longer felt inferior. After receiving them for a while, Yang Wu asked about their experiences in the past few years. Gushi was the most eloquent. He represented the others to talk about their experiences in the past few years. They did not have many fortuitous encounters, but they went to some dangerous places to hone their sword intent. They also cultivated the 5 elements sword formation. Finally, the 5 of them had achieved some minor success. With the help of the 5 element sword formation, they could kill creatures with the strength of a mid-grade minor saint. The 5 element sword formation was a very common sword formation. However, it was not easy to cultivate it to minor success or even major success. It required 5 people to have the same mind and strength. Only then could they work together seamlessly. The 5 of them did not have the same cultivation base, so they could not unleash the power of the 5 element sword formation. Therefore, some of them deliberately slowed down their speed of improvement, helping the weaker ones to improve first. After finding the balance, they were able to unleash the power of the 5 element sword formation. They also took the opportunity to comprehend the sword intent. They believed that they would be able to comprehend the Tao of sword very soon. Once they comprehended the Tao of sword, they could kill a high-grade minor saint or even a top-grade minor saint. After listening to Gushi's summary, Yang Wu also felt very gratified. It was rare for them to be able to ignore the interference of the outside world and focus wholeheartedly on tempering themselves. "All of you are very good. As your lord, I am really ashamed to face all of you." Yang Wu sighed softly. "My lord, please don't say that. When we heard that you became the invincible emperor of the battle between the dragon and the phoenix, we were so proud of you." Tang Wen replied. Zheng Su also said, "That's right. At that time, I couldn't wait to let everyone know that you are our lord." "Haha, it's not too late to let everyone know now." Li Xiao laughed. "Won't we lose our lord's face if we tell others?" Uxin said hesitantly. Gushi smiled and said, "Actually, I'm afraid no one will believe it even if we tell others." After saying that, the 5 of them laughed. Yang Wu also laughed. This kind of brotherhood was really good. After the news of Yang Wu's preparation to become a divine alchemist spread, the world of battles and the transcendent world were in an uproar. How old was Yang Wu? How could he become a divine alchemist at such a young age? In the transcendent world, there were still a lot of top-grade saint alchemists. Even some of the powerful old monsters were only saint alchemists. They couldn't concoct divine pills. This showed how difficult it was to become a divine alchemist. The Yang family actually released the news and invited all their allies to watch the ceremony. They even invited the vice leader of the union, Miao Qi, to be the witness. This news spread like a storm across the world. Yang Wu is going to become a divine alchemist? Are you sure this is not a joke? What kind of joke is this? The union has already released this news. The Divine Fortune-Telling Pavilion's Book of Heavenly Secrets has also confirmed this news. The trip to the Medicine God Palace just ended. Everyone thought that Yang Wu had died in there. Could it be that he has obtained the inheritance there? That's definitely possible. Looks like we have to go to the Yang family to watch the ceremony. The Yang family just went through a crisis. Now that they're holding this event with such fanfare, if Yang Wu really becomes a divine alchemist, the Xing family situation won't be good. This time, Yang Wu is going to become a divine alchemist. Other than inviting his allies to watch the ceremony, he also opened up some seats. These seats were limited to 100. Each seat had a sky-high fee. Everything would be based on the final auction price. When the various factions heard this news, they were all stunned. Such a big event would usually be held in secret. Only after it was successful would the details be announced. However, Yang Wu was making such a big fuss and even charging a viewing fee. This was too unbelievable. Did he not consider what would happen to others if he failed? Did he not consider what would happen if someone tried to sabotage him while he was concocting pills? Regardless of what others thought, the Yang family was already preparing to auction off the seats. This bold idea was suggested to Yang Wu by Pang Yuan. This was also because Yang Wu was already a divine alchemist. He was just using this event to announce this news to everyone. At the same time, he could earn a huge sum of money and cause a huge commotion. Why not? Yang Wu couldn't help but admire Pang Yuan's resourcefulness. He had really overlooked his existence in the past. Not long after, Lu Ji and the 7 heroes of Wudong arrived at the Yang family. After Lu Ji returned to the Yang family, he couldn't wait to express his intentions. He wanted to set up an offensive and defensive formation for the Yang family. He wanted to do something for the Yang family. Lu Ji had been in Wudong for nearly 2 years, but he hadn't changed much. He still had that annoying look. It couldn't be helped. He had a devilish face that made both men and women jealous. Fortunately, Yang Wu had been reborn several times. His appearance wasn't inferior to Lu Ji's. Especially in terms of temperament, he was always above Lu Ji. Beautiful military advisor, you've only followed your master for a short period of time. Don't talk nonsense, Yang Wu said to Lu Ji. Lu Ji patted his chest and said, My lord, you can rest assured. You'll become a divine alchemist, and I'll become a divine array master. Isn't this a done deal? Haha, you're still so shameless. Yang Wu laughed maniacally. Lu Ji said shyly, How can I compare to my lord? I've always been honest. All right, stop joking around. Just tell me what materials you need. I'll gather them. Yang Wu returned to the topic. And I won't be courteous with my lord. I'll set up an impregnable formation for the Yang family. Chapter 1287. Lu Ji was a natural cultivator, but he had never met a wise master. After joining Wudong, he met his own wise master and became the personal disciple of the Supreme Protector. His yin-yang combat body was finally released. No one would have thought that Lu Ji had continuously broken through to the first Great Star Rune realm, but his master suppressed his realm. Others were afraid that they wouldn't be able to break through to the Star Rune realm in their lifetime. But Lu Ji easily broke through, but was suppressed again. If this news were to spread, people would be so shocked that their jaws would drop. After Lu Ji returned from the Saint Transformation Pool, he entered the Star Rune realm a total of 3 times, and was suppressed back to the Pinnacle Minor Saint realm 3 times. Today was the 4th time he returned to the Star Rune realm, and his master allowed him to leave the mountain. After entering the Star Rune realm for the 4th time, his originally shaky foundation was finally incomparably solid. Moreover, he had also achieved an even stronger physique. With the strength of a 1st grade Star Rune realm, he could definitely challenge a 4th grade Star Rune realm expert. With his Array Dao ability, he could even obliterate a 6th grade Star Rune realm saint. After entering the Star Rune realm, the difficulty of laying down a divine array was not ordinary. However, he wasn't arrogant enough to lay down a divine array out of thin air. Instead, he upgraded it according to the Yang family's existing divine array. He had the yin-yang pupil, so he could see the array laid down by the Yang family. He could find where it was lacking, where it was redundant, and make some adjustments, which would greatly enhance the power of the Yang family's divine array. Yang Wu believed that Lu Ji wouldn't mess around, so he let Lu Ji do what he wanted. He received the 7 heroes of Wudong and thanked them for coming to help. This was already the best that Wudong could do. Wudong usually didn't care about the disputes of the underworld. They came to the Yang family under the excuse of protecting Lu Ji. Yang Wu naturally knew what to do when Wudong showed such kindness. He sent an invitation letter to Wudong, inviting them to send people to watch his divine apothecary ceremony. In addition to Wudong, Yang Wu also gave each of the 5 heroes of roaming sword a place, allowing them to invite people from their own forces to attend the ceremony. Tang Wen represented the Tang sect, Zheng Su represented the Phantom sect, Li Xiao represented the Xiaoyao sect, Yu Xian represented the Hung Mountain School, and Gu Shi represented the Shu Mountain School. They were all major forces, and it was believed that these forces would not let go of this opportunity to watch the ceremony. A divine alchemist was worthy of the attention of any major force. The 5 heroes of Roaming Sword also rushed back to their forces to bring back the good news. Now that the Yang family had set the starting price of a spot to 50,000 low-grade divine stones, this price could not be said to be low. It was really not something that an ordinary force could afford. However, Yang Wu becoming a divine apothecary was worth the price. Once Yang Wu really became a divine apothecary, he would be the most eye-catching divine apothecary in the Transcendence. He would also be the youngest divine apothecary in history, which held great significance. If they could befriend such a divine apothecary, it would be a great blessing to any force. In the Transcendent world, the divine pill was hard to come by. This was because there were too few divine apothecaries, and there was also a chance of failure in refining a divine pill. It was really not easy to obtain a divine pill. Those Jade Moon Realm omnipotent old monsters all hoped to obtain a Moonlight pill, which could allow them to advance by 1 level and save them 1,000 years of hard work. Yang Wu would become a divine apothecary in 3 months, which gave all the forces enough time to rush over. If Yang Wu succeeded, the Yang family would also rise, and no one would dare to look down on the Yang family. However, if Yang Wu was killed in the process of becoming a divine apothecary, it would be a devastating blow to the Yang family. This was a huge gamble. Xing Tailuo and Li Wenxian also received the news that Yang Wu was going to become a divine apothecary. Their first reaction was to feel that there was a trap, but after the news from their subordinates, they were completely sure of it. The one with the worst expression was not Xing Tailuo, but Li Wenxian, because the Li family and the Yang family had always been allies. It was because of the Xing family's interference that they broke off their relationship with the Yang family. Even though the Li family did not participate in the operation to kill the Yang family, they sent Li Wenfeng to persuade them. "It's not that easy to become a divine apothecary," Xing Tailuo said with a cold smile. "Our Xing family has developed for so many years, and we only have 1 divine apothecary. How can Yang Wu have such power?" The Xing family had a divine apothecary. No one had ever confirmed this, but since it came from Xing Tailuo's mouth, then the Xing family definitely had a divine apothecary. This was their hidden trump card. Li Wenxian's expression softened, and he said, "It doesn't matter if it's true or not. We cannot let him succeed." The Li family had already formed an alliance with the Xing family, and the Li family and Yang family's relationship could not be restored. They could only go all the way. "Of course," Xing Tailuo said coldly. "I will invite a few elders to come to the Yang family. Not only will we cut off his path to becoming a divine being, but we will also kill him. Have you considered Yang Wu's conditions? He only gave you a month. If you don't agree to his conditions within a month, then you might really die. We still have to save them. Call Wenfeng over, I want to talk to him. We'll push back some of the conditions and compensate them. When the time comes, we'll make them spit it all out." The Yang family welcomed more guests. The Apothecary Alliance's Elder Zhe Chao Jifei, Miao Miao, Yao Miao Miao, and Bao Meili all came together. Yang Wu personally went to meet them. Elder Zue was always holding a wine jug in his hand. He thought he was a wine immortal, but in the eyes of others, he was a sloppy drunkard. Chao Jifei wore a loose apothecary robe, and a badge of a top-notch apothecary hung in front of her chest. It shone brightly, and even covered her most upright position. She was like a queen, and her aura was extraordinary. It was enough to make ordinary people feel inferior. Miao Miao didn't look like an apothecary at all. He was sloppy, and his eyes kept darting around. He looked a little wretched. Bao Meili was more low-key in front of them. She was like a servant, cautiously walking behind them. There was a hint of nervousness in her eyes. "Little Wu, you really are amazing." Elder Zhe couldn't help but sigh when he saw Yang Wu. A few years ago, when Yang Wu was introduced to the Apothecary Alliance, Yang Wu was still an untested apothecary. Who would have thought that he would be a sane apothecary right away? It was a big leap, and it was hard to accept. Only 3 or 4 years had passed, and he had directly crossed the threshold of sane apothecary and was about to jump into the ranks of divine apothecaries. Elder Zue couldn't help but sigh. Yang Wu smiled. "Elder Zue, you flatter me. I haven't confirmed my Dao yet, so it's too early to say this. Keep pretending. If you weren't confident, why would you announce it in such a big way?" Elder Zhe rolled his eyes at Yang Wu. "Right, it's not time yet. Why are you guys here?" Yang Wu asked. 3 months later, he would be able to confirm his Dao and become a divine apothecary. This was even more important than others reaching the Jade Moon realm. He was a little surprised that Elder Zue and the others had come before him. Chao Jifei sipped her tea and said, "The dean said that he was afraid that you didn't have any divine medicine to refine pills, so he came to give you some. You little girl, you really know how to shirk responsibility. You were the one who was worried that your lover didn't have any divine medicine, so you called us over. Now you're being shy again." Elder Zue joked. Chao Jifei's face blushed slightly, and it was as beautiful as the sunset. She looked at Yang Wu and said gently, "Divine apothecaries are different from other grades. You must be prepared to be absolutely safe." When Yang Wu heard this, his heart warmed. He felt sorry for Chao Jifei. They seemed to have taken a step closer, but it also felt like they were separated by thousands of mountains and rivers. Even he didn't know how to face her. Miao Miao smiled and said, "Boss, this really was Senior Sister's idea. You can't let Senior Sister's good intentions go to waste. No one will think you're mute if you don't speak." Chao Jifei glared at Miao Miao. Without waiting for Yang Wu to respond, Yao Miao Miao said, "Little big brother, I've also prepared some divine medicine for you. Little Pepper, stop messing around." Miao Miao said, "Who's messing around? I'm serious." Yao Miao Miao replied as a stalk of divine medicine appeared in her hand. It was the divine medicine Moon God Flower. It was the main ingredient for refining the Moon God Pill. The Moon God Flower was like a crescent moon. It glowed with a faint yellow light, and a thick floral fragrance filled every corner of the hall. Everyone's expression changed. They didn't think that Yao Miao Miao would really bring divine medicine. It was far too unexpected. Miao Miao sneaked a glance at Chao Jifei to see what kind of expression she would have. However, he was disappointed. Chao Jifei was still the same. She didn't show any emotion. She didn't feel embarrassed by Yao Miao Miao taking out divine medicine. Elder Zhe said, "The medicine sect is really generous to a little girl like you." Yao Miao Miao smiled proudly and said, "I have high hopes for little big brother to become a divine medicine master." She then looked at Yang Wu and said, "Little big brother, if you need any divine medicine, you can tell me. I can send someone to get it for you as soon as possible." Yang Wu shook his head and said, "Thank you for your kindness. I've already prepared the divine medicine master. You just have to watch how I become a divine medicine master." Afterward, Yang Wu arranged for a banquet and personally received them. He also arranged a place for them to stay. He was very happy that these people could come. He wouldn't disappoint them. Miao Miao didn't immediately go to rest. Instead, he shouted that he wanted to discuss alchemy with Yang Wu. Everyone knew that he had an ulterior motive, so they ignored him. Yang Wu brought Miao Miao to a quiet place to sit down and chat. Meow meow, what's going on here? Yang Wu asked with a serious expression. It's like I said today. Elder Zue agreed to support you becoming a divine medicine master. Elder Zue agreed, as did my ancestor. That person from a medicine sect didn't object either, so this happened. Meow Meow said honestly. He paused for a moment before continuing. Actually, we didn't want to bring Little Pepper, but she shamelessly insisted on coming. Elder Zue didn't object either, so we had no choice but to let her come. Who knew that this little girl was so insensible? She clearly wanted to ruin your relationship with Elder Zue. She should be drowned in a pig's cage for interfering. Chapter 1288. Meow Meow kept talking about Yao Meow Meow. In his eyes, Yao Meow Meow was a heinous woman, and Chao Jifei was the only woman worthy of Yang Wu. You like her, don't you? Yang Wu replied with a single sentence. Yao Meow Meow was a little beauty. She was as pretty as a blooming golden flower. The more one smelled, the more fragrant she became. The more Meow Meow stayed by her side, the more he found that she was like a charming fairy, which made his heart itch. Indeed, there was one more person in his heart. It was a pity that she didn't like him. Meow Meow, you have good taste. Meow Meow is actually a pretty good girl. Moreover, she's a good match for you. Yang Wu said, Boss, you really think so? Meow Meow perked up. Of course. She's the successor that the two vice leaders are nurturing. No matter how I look at it, she's a good match. But she likes you, boss, not me. Boss, you're handsome, but you're also so capable. You really don't want to give this little brother a way out. Don't talk nonsense. I'll give you a plan. She'll definitely become your woman in the future. What's the plan? Good girls are afraid of being pestered by men. TCH, boss, what kind of plan is this? In the following days, Yang Wu didn't have time to entertain the people from the Alchemist Alliance. He sent people from the Yang clan to bring them around. As the clan head, he didn't have as much freedom as before. There were many things he had to take care of. Moreover, the Yang clan was in a state of reconstruction, so he was extremely busy. Every day, when he woke up, he would listen to Peng Yuan report everything that happened in the clan. There were some things he needed to know and some things he needed to do. Whether he was willing or not, he had to do these things. In addition, he was preparing to build a sacred pond. It was a place even more important than the ancestral blood pond. The Yang clan was in a state of internal and external troubles. They needed more people to stand out and withstand the pressure. They needed more celestial saint realm experts. The construction of the sacred pond was imperative. He planned to use the immortal liquid to create the so-called sacred pond, turning it into a pool of second-grade immortal liquid to help more Yang clan members become stronger. The construction of the sacred pond required a large amount of herbs and materials, all of which were extracted from the medicine god temple. The location of the divine medicine hall had already changed. Before Yang Wu returned to the Yang family, he had already contacted the inheritance tower and asked it to move the divine medicine hall to the space above the Yang family, making it easier for him to enter and exit. If the Yang family really could not withstand the Xing family's annihilation, he could even move the entire family. This was the last resort. Now that Dan Long had become a saint alchemist, it wouldn't be a problem for him to oversee the construction of the sacred pond. With Bao Mei's assistance, the process would be much faster. He only needed to grasp the most crucial part. Other than that, he also asked Yang Ba to select a group of peak minor saints from the clan. He planned to help them break through to the Star Rune realm in the shortest time possible. He had second-grade immortal liquid and saint pills. It wouldn't be a problem for them to break through smoothly. Moreover, it wouldn't affect their foundation too much. In the previous battle, the Yang clan had lost too many Saint Realm experts. It wouldn't be good if they didn't replenish a group of Saint Realm experts. Other than that, he also made some preparations for the living saints. He planned to help them break through to the next level. Not only that, he also had the Heartless Pill. It would be of great use to Yang Taihe, Yu Chang, and Yang Songbua, Yang Chaowei, and the others. He would contribute all of these resources without holding back. Yang Wu made arrangements one by one. For half a month, he basically didn't have the time to visit his parents and Wan Lanxin. He felt very guilty. When he finished distributing all the resources he had, he took the time to visit his parents. Yang Wu's father, Yang Jinan, lived with Yang Jingtao. Ai Sha and Xue Xiaofan also lived here. Su Rome was originally harvesting herbs in the herb garden. However, she didn't dare to stay in the herb garden alone after such a big incident. She went back to live with Yang Jinan. Since Yang Jinan came to the Yang clan, he didn't stay in the clan much. He spent most of his time training outside. Later on, Yang Jingtao couldn't sit still anymore and went out to experience the scenery of the battle world. Today, Yang Jinan's strength was no longer the same as before. He had reached the peak minor saint realm. His speed of improvement wasn't inferior to any of the top geniuses. It should be known that Yang Jinan was still very young. He was just over 50 years old. He was still considered very young among the cultivators. His current strength was extremely outstanding. Many people in the Yang clan couldn't be compared to him. However, he was ignored by others under Yang Wu's sharpness. Yang Jingtao's strength also rose sharply after he switched to the Battle Blood Immortal art. He was only slightly weaker than Yang Jinan. He had also broken through to the Dragon Transformation realm. When Yang Wu saw his grandfather and father again, he could feel that they had been reborn. He was happy for them. Wu, you have to do your best in the position of patriarch. Don't disappoint the clan. The mission of our Yang clan's rise is on your shoulders. Yang Wu said solemnly. He wasn't happy because Yang Wu had become the patriarch. Instead, he reminded Yang Wu seriously. This love for the clan was very heavy. Yang Wu nodded and said, Grandpa, don't worry. They're all my family. I will protect them well. Yang Jingtao patted Yang Wu's shoulder and sighed. It's been hard on you. Yang Wu was so young, but he was already shouldering the mission of the clan. This burden was very heavy, and the pressure was very great. It wasn't something that an ordinary person could bear. Yang Wu smiled and said, Grandpa, don't worry. I'm about to become a godly alchemist. The clan's matters aren't difficult for me. Right now, there are many people outside who want to join our Yang clan. Yang Wu's words weren't false. There were indeed many people outside who wanted to join the Yang clan. Yang Wu had returned and led the Marquis gang to destroy the Xing clan's army of 500,000. It could be said that he had spread the name of the Yang clan. Moreover, he was an invincible genius who could prove his Tao as a godly alchemist. Even if the Xing clan's power was great, it couldn't stop the enthusiasm of those people. Opportunity and risk coexisted. If they waited for Yang Wu to prove his Tao and become a godly alchemist before joining them, they wouldn't be able to use him. Thus, before Yang Wu proved his Tao, they would be able to help him in his hour of need. Don't be arrogant. The Xing clan definitely won't let this go. Moreover, you've been so ostentatious about proving your Tao as a godly alchemist. You'll definitely attract many enemies. Are you confident that nothing will go wrong? Yang Jinan said in a low voice. Father, since I dare to do this, of course I'm fully prepared. Moreover, the Alliance's Vice-Alliance leader Miao will descend to protect me. I believe that there won't be many ignorant people who would dare to cause trouble. Yang Wu said confidently. It's good to be confident, but you have to be prepared. Yang Jinan emphasized again. And Yang Wu once again replied seriously. On this day, their family could finally sit down to have a good meal and chat about their daily lives. After the meal, Yang Wu, Yang Jingtao, and Yang Jinan sat in the courtyard and talked. Wu, don't blame me for nagging. You're my only son. Yang Jinan said as he took a sip of the tea he brewed. There was still no news of Yang Wu. He was extremely depressed. When this matter is over, I'll go and find my brother. Yang Wu patted his chest and promised. He also missed his brother. A few years had passed since the last time he felt his bloodline. He didn't know how Yang Wu was doing. Your brother is a child with a hard life. Yang Jinan sighed. Yang Jingtao said from the side, Yang Wu doesn't look like he'll die young. Perhaps he met his destiny. Grandpa is right. Brother has his own destiny. Perhaps we'll have to rely on him in the future. Yang Wu comforted his father. Then, he asked, Grandpa, Dad, where did you go to train? Yang Jingtao and Yang Jinan talked about their respective situations in the past few years. The former mainly walked around the war race realm to see the glory of the geniuses of the various clans. He was also discovered to be a member of the Yang family and was hunted down. Fortunately, he had some resources given to him by Yang Wu and managed to escape several times. The latter entered the Yang family's exclusive cultivation ground to temper himself with the other members of the Yang family. It was a place near the water, with many water demons roaming about and rich water profound chi. He killed his way there and gained the nickname Southguard Spear, which made him quite famous in the Yang family. Yang Wu asked them about their cultivation of the war blood immortal art and found that they didn't have any difficulties. Everything was cultivated step by step, and they were much faster than others. Furthermore, Yang Jingtao and Yang Zhenan's bloodline density was increasing, which had a lot to do with the war blood immortal art. This immortal art could continuously increase one's blood chi. By combining the blood chi and profound chi, one could unleash an extremely powerful combat strength. Yang Wu had an idea and suggested a spar with his grandfather and father. He wanted to confirm how strong their fighting strength was compared to those of the same level. Stinking brat, do you really think that you can beat your grandfather and father just because you've reached the Starvane realm? Yang Zhenan scolded with a smile. Dad, what are you thinking? I just want to see how strong you are. Yang Wu replied with a wry smile. Yang Jingtao said, we can practice. Your father and I have long wanted to see how strong the invincible emperor is. Thus, they rushed to a training field and set up an array to isolate the training field to prevent others from disturbing them. Grandpa, Dad, don't worry about it. I will suppress my strength to the dragon transformation realm. Yang Wu said. In fact, he planned to suppress his realm to the heavenly fish realm. He had always had the ability to fight across a large realm, so he couldn't display too much strength. He was afraid that it would affect his grandfather and father. All right, we're coming. Yang Jingtao replied and took the initiative to attack Yang Wu. Yang Zhenan didn't hold back either. The profound chi on his body rippled out, as if a blood-red black tortoise had appeared behind him. It looked extremely powerful and ferocious. He shouted, I'll let you see Father's bitter cultivation for the past few years. Black Tortoise Heaven Palm. Chapter 1289. Yang Jingtao didn't pursue martial arts too much. He had already returned to his family, and his grandson had made a name for himself. So he wandered around the battle clan and saw the sights of various places. However, he didn't give up on his cultivation. Every move he made was incomparably experienced, and the power he displayed was quite impressive. However, compared to Yang Zhenan, he was indeed much weaker. Yang Zhenan fought every month in the water and had already cultivated the path of the black tortoise. Not only that, but he had also cultivated the battle blood immortal art to the 4th level. His blood energy was very powerful, and his combat strength had risen sharply. With the strength of a high-level dragon transformation realm cultivator, he could fight against a half-step saint. Yang Wu fought against them with the heavenly fish realm and didn't fall behind. Moreover, he had hit his grandfather's weak points many times, helping his grandfather understand where they were so that he could improve in the future. It was a bit difficult for him to defend against his father's attacks. Only he could fight against a half-step saint with the strength of a heavenly fish realm cultivator. If it were anyone else, it would be difficult to do so. After sparring for a while, Yang Jingtao automatically withdrew from the battle. He said, I won't participate in the battle between you father and son. You're not on the same level at all. Wu, take this. Yang Zhenan no longer had any misgivings and shouted loudly. His palms madly rushed towards Yang Wu like a wave. His combat strength had increased again. The black tortoise had become a spirit. Yang Wu shouted, come. River-splitting palm. Yang Wu's palm could split a river. Rumble, rumble. The two palms collided with each other, causing a series of explosions. Countless water profound chi splashed in all directions. Yang Wu was forced back several steps by Yang Zhenan. Yang Zhenan's aura surged. Aren't you the invincible emperor? If you don't show some of your true strength, you'll be at a disadvantage. Father, don't be so proud. Yang Wu responded. He finally raised his strength to the dragon transformation realm and faced his father again. The father and son fought faster and faster, and in the end, they even used their weapons and activated the Black Tortoise Tao. The battle was extremely brilliant. Yang Jingtao was incomparably gratified. With children and grandchildren like this, what more can I ask for? This battle lasted for 2 hours before it finally ended. It ended in a draw. Brat, you're really strong. Yang Jinan was very satisfied with Yang Wu. No matter how others praised his son, he couldn't understand how strong his son was. After this sparring session, he finally understood how strong Yang Wu was. Yang Wu was only suppressing his power to the dragon transformation realm, but he was still able to deal with his strength that was comparable to that of an ordinary saint. If they were really enemies, he would definitely lose. After Yang Wu understood the fighting strength of his grandfather and father, he also had a plan in mind. When they returned to the courtyard, Yang Wu shared some of his cultivation experiences with them. His grandfather still needed to have a solid foundation and more variations in his battle techniques. He couldn't stay the same and be more flexible. His father pursued bold and fierce attacks and lacked understanding of gentleness. To achieve a combination of toughness and gentleness, his fighting strength would be even stronger, but his speed still needed to be improved. After Yang Wu finished analyzing with them, he gave them some cultivation resources, such as second-grade immortal liquid, thunder god elixir, body tempering technique, various healing pills, speed pills, and so on. As long as he had something good, he naturally wouldn't leave out his grandfather and father. The two of them knew that Yang Wu was now successful, so they didn't reject anything that was given to him. In the following period of time, they could rely on these resources to cultivate to the Star Rune realm. The next day, Yang Wu met with Ai Sha and Xue Xiaofan again. He gave them some pointers and also gave them some resources. He reminded them to cultivate in peace and not embarrass him. After dealing with the family matters, Yang Wu went to see Wan Lanxin. Wan Lanxin's master, Yang Liuyu, died in the battle with the Xing clan. Wan Lanxin was heartbroken. That old man took great care of her and treated her as his own, but unfortunately, he was killed by the Xing clan. Marshal, you must take revenge for Master and kill everyone in the Xing clan. Wan Lanxin's tears fell like rain as she threw herself into Yang Wu's embrace. Wan Lanxin had also broken through to the intermediate dragon transformation realm. Her temperament was even better than before, and her crying appearance was very moving, causing people to feel sorry for her. Yang Wu hugged her and stroked her hair. Don't worry, I will definitely take revenge. Wan Lanxin cried in Yang Wu's embrace for a while before she stopped crying and said, Marshal, after you become a divine alchemist, I will go out to temper myself. I want to become stronger. Actually, after she received the second great immortal liquid from Yang Wu and used it to refine her body, her speed of improvement was already very fast. Her battle prowess was also stronger than ordinary warriors of the same level. It was just that in front of Yang Wu, she was slightly weaker. Xian, you must not be too hasty when it comes to cultivation. Otherwise, it will be easy for you to go berserk. Yang Wu advised. After pausing for a moment, he said, You are already outstanding enough. There are not many people of your age who can compare to you. As long as you progress step by step, you will definitely be able to break through to the Star Rune realm and become an expert. Then arrange something for me to do. I don't want to wait for you at home all day. Otherwise, I will go crazy. Wan Lanxin begged. Her beautiful eyes were filled with longing, causing Yang Wu to feel a bit of heartache. He stroked her face and said with a smile, I knew you were not a well-behaved sister. I came this time to arrange a job for you. How about I let you manage the Yang family city's guards? I want to do something that can temper people. Right now, the city is not peaceful. There are many people causing trouble, so I am not afraid of not having anything to do. Moreover, I am now the Yang family's patriarch, so I have to take care of both internal and external matters. In the future, I will leave the matters of the city to you. You can also take care of Yuanwu Marquis, Xue Ji, Duguang Fo, Zheng Xiaohu, and the others, okay? All right, as long as I can do something for you, I am willing. And I will give you enough power. I will create a well-trained guard team for you. I know you can do it. Then, Can we do something like giving birth to monkeys now? Eh. Uh, every moment of the night was worth 1,000 gold. Yang Wu did not stay for too long. It was just one night, allowing Wan Lanxin to once again enjoy the taste of being a little woman. That day, Yang Wu appointed Wan Lanxin as the Yang family city's guard team commander. The others would work with her. Wan Lanxin had always kept a low profile in the Yang family, but people had already noticed that she had a close relationship with the Yang family's patriarch. Naturally, they did not look down on this woman and did not dare to offend her. It was best to obediently listen to her. Otherwise, if the Yang family's patriarch heard something, they would suffer. Yang Wu only wanted to give Wan Lanxin a job, but he did not expect her to do so well in this position and obtain the recognition of many people. Yang Wu settled the trivial matters one by one and went to Yu Huijin's place to take a look at the heavenly figures of the Xing family who were being tortured to the point of death. Then, he entered his own cultivation time. Yang Wu brought the silver-patterned tortoise and the earth dragon back to the medicine god palace. He left the silver-patterned tortoise here and let it train by itself. At the same time, he also asked the earth dragon and the sacred mandala flower to help him collect the herbs so that he could become a divine apothecary. Yang Wu cultivated here in peace, wholeheartedly increasing his strength. He had already reached the peak of the 6th level of the astral pattern realm. He was just one step away from the 7th level. After the battle with the Chu family's patriarch, Chu Rong, he had already reached the peak of this realm. It was time for him to calm down and break through. There was no one to disturb him in the medicine god palace, and he did not have to worry about the sudden attack of the ferocious beasts or spirit demons. He gradually circulated the supreme 9 mystic arts and broke through to the 7th level of the astral pattern realm. Once he reached the 7th level of the astral pattern realm, he would be considered a high-level saint. He would be able to form a starlight path and receive the power of the stars. Yang Wu's 6 extremely thick astral lines appeared. A astral bridge formed between his soul and Dantian. It crazily absorbed the Xian Qi of heaven and earth and the power of the stars. Although this space was opened up, it did not isolate the starry sky. It did not stop Yang Wu from absorbing the power of the stars. Yang Wu's 6-star vein lines were much thicker than other people's 12-star vein lines added together. The power of the stars converged, constantly filling his Dantian with energy. Now his Dantian seemed to have formed a star, endlessly transforming saint force. The true dragon that was tens of thousands of feet long was constantly roaring, appearing very lifelike. When the power of the stars descended, Yang Wu did not rush to take the opportunity to break through. Instead, he used the power to refine his meridians, acupoints, and internal organs. The human body's potential was limitless. The 12 standard meridians, 8 extraordinary meridians, and 365 acupoints could be cleansed over and over again. His meridians were like rivers that flowed with Saint Qi. Every acupoint was filled with power and slowly became bigger, appearing dazzling. When Yang Wu felt that his body was swelling and could not take it anymore, he finally condensed the 7th astral line. With the previous experience, his soul and Dantian once again constructed the astral lines that carried the power. Along with the operation of the highest 9 profound arts, the 7-star pattern gradually appeared and became incomparably dazzling. Yang Wu seemed to be enveloped by a star, as if a descendant of the stars had descended. He was so divine and extraordinary. Buzz! The 7 astral lines appeared at the same time, converging into a blue avenue of starlight. This avenue was even more magnificent and dazzling than any high-level saint's avenue of starlight. The avenue of starlight condensed by others did indeed look like a path of light, but Yang Wu's avenue of starlight was a large space. It was incomparably wide, like other people's hundreds or even hundreds of avenues of starlight side by side. Yang Wu crazily devoured the power of the stars. The light on his body grew brighter and brighter, almost covering half of the space. The commotion it caused was even greater than when others broke through to the Jade Moon realm. Yang Wu was intoxicated in this wonderful process. His soul and body had undergone a new round of sublimation. His body's potential had greatly increased, and his combat power had increased by a lot. After an unknown period of time, the starlight that filled the sky gradually disappeared. The surrounding spiritual chi of heaven and earth calmed down. Yang Wu had finally completed his breakthrough. Chapter 1290. Li Wenfeng came to the Yang clan again. He represented the Xing clan to negotiate with the Yang clan. This time, Yang Wu did not appear. He let Pang Yuan deal with Li Wenfeng. Li Wenfeng was no match for Pang Yuan. After a few words from Pang Yuan, he was disoriented. He revealed all the cards that the Xing clan had given him. The Xing clan finally agreed to most of the Yang clan's conditions. They were willing to give up holy veins and holy veins. They were also willing to let the Li clan escort Xing Ming Wang and the others back. Pang Yuan also agreed to these conditions. Let's do as we've discussed. However, the Li clan needs to be the witness. We will sign the contract with the Zhulang gang. Remember, the compensation must be paid in one go. The Xing clan must sign the contract personally. We will also invite the Sun clan to be the witness. Okay. You have a final say. Should we set a time to change people? Li Wenfeng said. Yes. The Zhulang gang will change people in 7 days. Pang Yuan replied with certainty. Okay, I will reply to the Xing clan now. Li Wenfeng sighed. It was not easy to be a lobbyist. He paused and asked, "Oh right, when can you let my wife return? Your wife is not under my control. Go find her yourself." Pang Yuan said bluntly. Li Wenfeng was asked to leave. His face was extremely gloomy. He wanted to find his wife, but he was sent out by the Yang clan. He did not even get to see her. Are they going to force my wife to stay? Damn the Yang clan. Li Wenfeng cursed in his heart. He did not dare to cause trouble in the Yang clan. The Yang clan had changed. If he dared to cause trouble, he would not be able to bear the consequences. He could only return to report. After Xing Tai Luo and Li Wenqian received Li Wenfeng's reply, they prepared the compensation. More importantly, they had to bring their people back safely. They were not fools. They did not believe that the Yang clan would let them go so easily. The Yang clan had already prepared for this. They did not need Yang Wu to appear. The Yang clan sent Yang Qingxing as their representative to sign the contract with the Xing clan. Yang Qingxing was the old patriarch and had some authority in the Yang clan. The Xing clan and the Li clan both acknowledged his existence, so they did not think too much and entered into the transaction with the Yang clan. The terms of the deal were that the Li clan would pay the compensation, and the Li clan would welcome Xing Ming Wang and the others back. Xing Tailuo had come to sign the contract on behalf of the Xing family. When he saw Yang Qingxing, he couldn't help but mock him. "Yang Qingxing, you're still alive." What a surprise. Yang Qingxing and Xing Tailuo were old acquaintances. In a low voice, Yang Qingxing said, "You're not dead yet. Naturally, I can't bear to die. You are weaker than me, so your lifespan will naturally be shorter than mine. If there are no accidents, you will definitely be the first to wait for me on the Yellow Springs Road." He then asked Li Wenqian, "Brother Wenqian, your two clans are allies. You should advise Yang Qingxing to ally with our Xing clan. There are only benefits and no disadvantages. Who knows, he might even become the clan leader again. Don't let your emotions affect your decisions." Li Wenqian nodded and said, "Yang Qingxing, you've heard it. You're the Yang family patriarch. We'll support you." Yang Qingxing's face darkened. "Stop trying to drive a wedge between us. Do you still want them?" At that moment, the heads of Xing Ming Wang and the other heaven-reaching old demons were sealed in torture tools. Everyone could see that they were still alive. The heaven-reaching almighties had extremely strong vitality. They wouldn't die so easily. Yang Hanlin was the protector of this transaction, preventing the Xing and Li clans from playing any tricks. Xing Tailuo didn't want to waste his breath. He would deal with them after the heaven-reaching protectors returned. The Li clan was the middleman. They went to confirm whether Xing Ming Wang and the others were still alive. An heaven-reaching expert from the Sun clan was also secretly protecting them. They wouldn't allow anything to go wrong. When the Li clan's people confirmed that they were still alive, Yang Qingxing successfully received the compensation. The Holy Meridians and Saint Meridians were all in the Yin and Yang ring. These were the wealth of the Yang clan. The Yang clan's finances had been depleted for many years. After Yang Wu obtained the divine treasure and auctioned it off, they received some replenishment. However, it was far from enough. With this batch of compensation, they would be much more confident. After the transaction, Yang Hanlin watched Xing Tailuo, Li Wenxian, and the others leave. He smiled and said, "Have a safe trip. I won't see you off." For some reason, when Xing Tailuo and Li Wenxian saw Yang Hanlin smile, they suddenly felt a sense of foreboding. They sped up their pace. "I keep feeling that something is wrong." Li Wenxian transmitted his voice to Xing Tailuo. They might be up to something. Let's be careful. We still have our Xing family supreme protectors and your Li family's omnipotent realm elite to protect us. Nothing will happen, Xing Tailuo replied. After a pause, he said loudly, "Let's speed up and leave." Everyone here was from the Li clan. It was inappropriate for him to give orders like this. The Li clan's people didn't listen to him at all. Li Wenxian hesitated and said, "Let's go back at full speed." At the same time, Xing Tailuo transmitted his voice to the Supreme Protector, who was secretly protecting them, saying, "Supreme Protector, please take care of their restrictions." Xing Tailuo opened up the torture tools. He was going to restore Xingming Wang and the others' freedom. Once they were free, they could regenerate their bodies. At least they would have the ability to protect themselves. After the torture tools were opened, Xingming Wang and the others showed signs of life. Xingming Wang said, "Divine liquid." The supreme protector of the Xing clan descended and fed the four of them the divine liquid. After Xingming Wang and the others took the divine liquid, their bodies quickly regenerated. Their time in Yang Jiadai had been too difficult. That demon-like woman was even more terrifying. Just thinking about it made them reveal expressions of fear. That woman looked very beautiful, and her smile was very sweet. But when she tortured them, her methods were too frightening. After Xingming Wang and the others recovered, they shouted without hesitation, "Let's go." Xing Tailuo said to Li Wenxian, "Brother Li, we will definitely repay you for this. We'll take our leave now." "Well said. As long as you remember your promise." Li Wenxian didn't force them to stay. He responded politely and let them leave. At that moment, a roar suddenly rang out. "Bastards of the Li clan die!" This voice was like a demon's voice, shaking heaven and earth. A wave of demonic qi swept out in all directions, and a terrifying sickle slashed down from the sky. This aura was incomparably terrifying. It belonged to the immortal realm. "How dare you! Impudent!" The immortal realm experts of the Li clan and Xing clan roared in shock. They all moved to block this shocking blade. The immortal realm experts moved, and the wind and clouds surged. The power of heaven and earth was mobilized. An exquisite pagoda collided with the blade light, and a bright sun burned the blade light. Both of them had reached the 7th level of the Jade Moon realm, and were considered high-level heaven reaching old monsters. They were already considered quasi-overlord level powerhouses. With the two of them escorting Xingming Wang and the other three back was more than enough. They also had divine weapons. He didn't believe that the Yang family would be able to send powerhouses to deal with them. Who knew that the Yang clan didn't come, but someone came to seek revenge on the Li clan. Wasn't this too much of a coincidence? Boom! After destroying the exquisite pagoda and the bright sun, it continued to break through the sky. Its target seemed to be Li Wenxian's direction, but actually enveloped Xingming Wang, Xing Tailuo, and the others. Li Wenxian was scared out of his wits. He activated his Tong Tian Jade Tablet, which was a life-saving jade tablet. With the power of the heavens on his body, it could increase his defense and also increase his speed. He used all of his strength to run, wishing that he was born with 2 more legs. In addition, Xingming Wang and the others had recovered their physical bodies, and they reacted quickly. They were ready to escape with Xing Tailuo, but just as they were about to run, they suddenly felt a pain in their heads. Their movements froze, and at that moment, The merciless blade light slashed at them. No! Xing Tailuo thought that the four immortal realm experts would protect him, but they suddenly stopped. He watched as the blade light drowned them. The terrifying blade light cut Xing Tailuo, Xing Ming Wang, and the others into a pool of blood, their bodies and souls destroyed. In addition, they weren't the only ones who suffered. A few sages of the Li clan were also cut into pools of blood. On the other hand, Li Wenxian was lucky to escape with his life, but he was also seriously injured. The Xing clan supreme guardian went completely crazy. He roared, "You must have been sent by the Yang clan. Damn it, I'm going to kill you." Kill. The Li clan supreme guardian was also angry. Their sages of the Li clan were killed, and he was also heartbroken. The Xing clan supreme guardian's hands formed a complicated seal, and he attacked the demonic shadow in the void again. Fierce Sun Seal. This was a divine skill. When the seal was sent out, it was like a bright sun falling. The raging flames were very terrifying, and it had the power to burn the sky and boil the sea. The Li clan supreme guardian threw out an exquisite pagoda. The pagoda emitted an endless amount of light, and it kept expanding, suppressing the demonic shadow in the void. Hee, is this all the Li clan's people have? The demonic shadow in the void sneered, and two furry claws reached out. The claws shone with a dark light, and they tore open the void, landing on the blazing sun and the exquisite pagoda respectively. Bang! Bang! The blazing sun was shattered by the claws, and countless sparks flew in all directions. The exquisite pagoda was also shattered by the power of the claws. The exquisite pagoda was a real divine weapon, and it was incomparably tough. However, it couldn't withstand the power of the claws, which was enough to show how terrifying the claws were. The Xing clan supreme guardian and the Li clan supreme guardian were blown away by the demonic shadow's power, and they vomited blood. Not only that, but there were also claws coming towards them. Oh no! The two supreme guardians' faces changed drastically, and they both used their strongest power to block the claws. However, the claws were indestructible, and they tore their divine robes apart, leaving deep claw marks on their bodies. They were almost torn in half, and the dense demonic aura was still wreaking havoc on their bodies. It's really the demonic tribe. Let's go. The two were scared out of their wits, and they didn't dare to stay and challenge the demonic shadow. They screamed and quickly ran away, afraid that they would lose their lives if they were any slower. Chapter 1291. The great protectors of the Xing and Li families were chased and killed. They fled to the ninth heaven. No one knew whether they were dead or alive. Xing Tailuo, the patriarch of the Xing family, and Xing Ming Wang were killed. It was said that the demon race had come to the Li family to seek revenge. At first, there were rumors that it might have been done by the Yang family, but that demonic shadow couldn't be faked. Moreover, there was a terrifying demonic aura that swept through the Li family's territory. These couldn't be faked, especially when it was said that Li Wenxian had almost died in the hands of the demon god. It was even more likely that the demon race had come to seek revenge on the Li family. In the end, the great protectors of the Xing and Li families fled back to their families. They did not die, but they were beaten half to death. They spread the word that a powerful demon race cultivator had appeared in the world of battles. They suggested that the great war clans should send out strong cultivators to find the demon race cultivator and kill him together to prevent more deaths. Not long after, there was another rumor that the Yang family had colluded with the demon race. They had deliberately led the demon race cultivator to kill Xing Ming Wang and the others. They had deliberately framed the Li family. However, as soon as the rumor came out, it was refuted by other people. Although the Yang family has declined, they have slaughtered the demon race for tens of thousands of years. Would they collude with the demon race? What a joke. The Yang family has slaughtered countless demon race cultivators, and countless Yang family members have died in the world of battles. I would rather believe that the Xing family or the Li family would collude with the demon race than believe that the Yang family colluded with the demon race. Yes, the Yang family is second only to the Xianyuan family and the Ho family. Their Yang army has always been feared by the demon race. It would be so stupid to frame them. This time, the Xing family has suffered a great loss. I don't know if they will continue to attack the Yang family. The Xing family and the Li family were in chaos. On the other hand, the Yang family was very lively. Even though the Yang family had been attacked by the Xing family, the Yang family had still managed to wipe out hundreds of thousands of the Xing family members. The Yang and Sun families had split the loot from those hundreds of thousands of people, which was a huge haul. Now, they had even received compensation from the Xing family. Xing Ming Wang, Xing Tai Luo, and the others had been killed. In addition, after Gong Xilan learned the puppet control technique, she controlled Chu Rong and the saints of the Chu clan, and then sent them back to the Chu clan. At the same time, she announced that the Chu clan had become a subordinate force of the Yang clan, and that they would follow the Yang clan's lead. These were the aftermath of Yang Wu's battle. Many major powers were paying close attention to it. They couldn't help but be curious as to what capabilities Yang Wu had to be able to bring such a powerful ally back to the Yang clan. Could it be that he had really obtained the inheritance of the Medicine God Palace? Was that why he had such a powerful counterattack? No matter what they thought, they had no way of knowing about Yu Huaijin's existence for the time being. At this moment, Yang Wu had already come out of seclusion. Young master, the thing you wanted me to do is already done. How are you going to thank me? Yu Huaijin said flirtatiously to Yang Wu. Yu Huaijin was extremely charming, completely incomparable to those young girls. She also had the aura of a goddess, who knew how many people would be mesmerized by her. They didn't discover your real body, did they? Yang Wu asked with a smile. With their abilities, they naturally wouldn't be able to see through my phantom body. If it wasn't for the fact that young master didn't allow me to kill them, they wouldn't have been able to escape. Yu Huaijin replied, twisting her beautiful body. It turned out that the one who had killed Xing Tai Luo, Xing Ming Wang, and the others was Yu Huaijin. And this plan of letting the tiger go first, then killing the tiger, was Pang Yuan's plan. He wanted to get compensation, but he didn't want to let the tiger return to the mountain, killing two birds with one stone. That's good. At least we've dealt them a heavy blow. In the future, I will definitely eradicate them. Yang Wu ignored Yu Huaijin's temptation and made up his mind. Yu Huaijin said, Young master, there are some things I don't know if I should say. If you have something to say, just say it. There's no need to beat around the bush. Yang Wu replied, Your battle clan has a very strong power in the God realm and is incomparably united. Why is it that in the lower realms you're like a sheet of loose sand, constantly fighting amongst yourselves? Yu Huaijin asked suspiciously. You're saying that the battle clan also exists in the God realm? Yang Wu asked. The battle clan is the royal clan of the human race, occupying a boundless region in the God realm. They have countless people under their control and countless capable people. They are the overlords of a region, and no power would easily provoke them. Not only are their battle prowess stronger than ordinary humans, they are also very united. When one side is in trouble, everyone will help. This is also the reason why no one wants to provoke the battle clan. From what I know, the battle clans in the God realm are Xinyuan clan, Ho clan, and Yang clan. These three clans are the leaders. Qin, Xing, Sun, Li, Lu, and the other clans all depend on these three clans to survive. I really don't understand why your Yang clan is so miserable in the lower realms. Looks like in the God realm, our Yang clan's ancestors are doing pretty well. It's us, the younger generation, who have lost face for them. Yang Wu bitterly smiled. The 8 great battle clans had a long history, and many shocking figures had appeared. They had reached the peak of heaven-piercing and left the human realm in search of a higher realm. They must have gone to the God realm, and thus took root there, forming a new battle clan. Or perhaps the battle clan was originally high up, and they were just a little bloodline left behind in the human realm. Yang Wu felt an indescribable pressure. If he went to the God realm one day, would he be just an ant in the eyes of others? No wonder little Hay had said that knowing too much was not good for him. It seemed that she didn't want to give him too much pressure. No matter what the battle clans in the God realm are like, I only need to do my best and walk to the peak step by step. Whoever wants to bully me and my family, I will send them all to hell. Yang Wu thought to himself. After dealing with Xingming Wang and the others, the Yang clan began to set up the Dao verification field for Yang Wu to prove his Dao. Once Yang Wu successfully proved his Dao, this Dao verification ground would become a place of miracles for others to come and observe. Everyone would remember this event. This was a grand event that would go down in history, so no one could be careless about it. Lu Ji first repaired the Yang clan's array formation. Then, without stopping to rest, he worked with the other Saint Array masters to set up the Dao verification field for Yang Wu to prove his Dao. Among them, Yu Chang also came over to help. Yu Chang and the Yang family did not get along well, but he got along well with Lu Ji. Both of them were interested in Array Dao. The difference was that Yu Chang did not have any talent, but Lu Ji was a genius in Array Dao. Lu Ji had gained a lot from exploring the Yang family's array formations. Originally, he wanted to take a look at the Yang family's inner clan's array formations. Unfortunately, he was stopped by Gong Silan. How could an outsider be able to control the Yang family's array formations? The Dao verification field was located on a nameless mountain outside the Yang clan city. The peak of this nameless mountain was directly flattened by Yang Taihe, leaving behind a flat mountaintop for Yang Wu to refine pills for his Dao verification. This time, it was too important for Yang Wu to become a divine apothecary. No mistakes were allowed. Yang Taihe and Yu Chang were regarding the place personally. Before Yang Wu started concocting the pills, no suspicious person was allowed to appear in the vicinity. The area within 100 miles was completely sealed off by the Yang clan. At the same time, when the various forces received the news, they all sent people to auction the ceremony tablets. The ceremony tablets were sold for high prices. The highest price reached 880,000 low-grade divine stones, and the lowest was 550,000 low-grade divine stones. Such a price was no less than buying a divine pill. A ceremony tablet didn't just mean that they could attend the ceremony, it also meant that they would form a good relationship with Yang Wu. In the future, they might be able to ask Yang Wu to refine divine pills for them. After all, there were too few divine alchemists. On the Alchemist Union's side, Miao Miaoqi had already agreed to come and witness for Yang Wu. As long as Yang Wu became a divine alchemist, he would personally appraise it and ask the Union Master Xiang Dingtian to give out the badge. The Medicine Sect and Pill Clan had also invited a group of divine alchemists to attend the ceremony. On top of that, there were also some divine alchemists who said that they had to see what the youngest divine alchemist in history looked like. Just the arrival of these important figures made it worth it for the various forces to bid for the ceremony tablets. Elder Zhe, who had already arrived at the Yang clan, wasn't idle. They didn't come just to attend the ceremony, but also to help the Yang clan establish a branch of the Alchemist Union. Elder Zue and Chao Jifei were both saint-level elders of the Alchemist Alliance. Their statuses were extraordinary. The fact that the Alchemist Alliance had them and the Yang family in charge of the establishment of the Alchemist Alliance's branch showed how much importance the Alchemist Alliance placed on the Yang family's branch. The Yang clan had just suffered a great calamity, and the Alchemist Union was still establishing a branch here. This instantly calmed the hearts of the Yang clan and the surrounding forces. Not only did it calm everyone's hearts, but it also filled them with confidence for the Yang clan's future. The establishment of a branch of the Alchemist Union was a major event. The Yang clan held a grand opening ceremony personally hosted by Yang Wu. First, he thanked the Alchemist Union, then explained the purpose of the branch and how much importance the Yang clan placed on it. He also opened up the surrounding shops and allowed medicinal pill shops to operate, expanding the branch's influence. The Alchemist Union's main purpose was to test the alchemist's skills and invite them to join the Alchemist Union. Once the Yang clan's branch was established, it would definitely attract alchemists from the surrounding areas. There would even be alchemists who would settle down in the city. With alchemists, there would definitely be a need for large amounts of herbs. Naturally, more medicinal pill shops would open, and a large number of cultivators would be attracted to the Yang clan. This was the great influence that a branch of the Alchemist Union could bring to a city. Furthermore, once Yang Wu became a divine alchemist, his influence would be even more terrifying. The Yang clan's rise would be unstoppable. When Yang Wu saw the Alchemist Union's branch being established, he couldn't help but laugh. Although the Yang clan mainly cultivates water profound energy, we can accept any alchemist who cultivates fire profound energy. We'll be in the same boat as fire and water. As he spoke, a wave of blue water appeared in one hand, and a blue flame appeared in the other. The two energies formed a Taiji diagram. Yin and Yang intersected, creating an astonishing, auspicious aura. Chapter 1292. Yang Wu had cultivated the Tao of Tai Chi when he was in Wudong sect, and he was lucky enough to comprehend some superficial knowledge of it. The Tao of Tai Chi was one of the great Taos. Everyone could cultivate it, and everyone had the opportunity to comprehend it. However, for countless years, very few people had truly comprehended the Tao of Tai Chi in his excitement. Yang Wu actually drew upon the power of water and fire, fusing them together and deducing the Tao of Tai Chi. Everything flowed naturally. The people around Yang Wu were shocked. Some of them even wanted to call out to Yang Wu, but they were stopped by Yang Ba. Yang Wu had entered a state of comprehension. How could they interrupt him? Two types of profound energy, one of water and one of fire, were attracted to Yang Wu. A wave of water swam like a water dragon, while a wave of fire suddenly appeared like a fire dragon. One on the left and one on the right, their heads and tails connected. They constantly rotated as if they were chasing after each other, but they couldn't catch up. The energy in the surroundings was pulled in, and the dust and leaves were twisted together. Colorful clouds in the sky were attracted, and the power of the stars fell from the sky. Dense purple energy descended. Yang Wu seemed to have turned into an emperor, exuding a noble aura. His every movement was very slow, but the amount of energy gathered was also very large, and the rotation was very fast. The image of two dragons of water and fire playing with a pearl appeared in the sky, attracting everyone's attention. Yang Wu had actually comprehended the Tao of Tai Chi in front of everyone's eyes. Was there any justice in this world? This kind of enlightenment was extremely important to any martial artist. It was a great opportunity to encounter it once in a lifetime. Normally, it would only occur when one state of mind was extremely calm or when one state of mind was stimulated by the outside world. Right now, he was only laying the foundation for the Apothecary Alliance's branch, yet he could actually comprehend the Tao of Tai Chi. This was too unreasonable. Regardless, no one dared to make any noise. They could only quietly wait for Yang Wu to finish comprehending the Tao of Tai Chi or quietly leave. Lu Ji and the 7 heroes of Wudong were the ones who felt Yang Wu's state the most. They could all see that Yang Wu had comprehended the Tao of Tai Chi. This was an incredible matter. In the distance, Gong Silan, Yang Hanlin, and the others who were secretly guarding this place were also extremely shocked. Wu Er's martial fate is really good. Gong Silan sighed. Yang Hanlin added, as the leader of the family, his martial arts fate is also our Yang family's martial arts fate. After this battle, our family finally has some courage. Then why did you decide to stay in the world of battle and not come back to share my burden? Gong Silan asked. I practice the devil path, so it's good for me to stay in the world of battles. I've also discussed it with the patriarch. In the future, the Black Tortoise and the Azure Dragon army will rotate every 5 years. We can't let them stay in the world of battles for a long time. We will no longer mine, but cultivate young people. When a person becomes stronger, everything else will follow. Seeing that Wu Er can make you follow him wholeheartedly, I'm relieved. The Black Tortoise and Azure factions are competing with each other, which will only make the family stronger. However, if the internal strife is over, it will only lead to self-destruction. I still understand this point. Yang Wu's epiphany didn't last long. After about 2 hours, he stopped. In these 2 hours, he demonstrated what Tai Chi was. With him as the center, the water and fire chi condensed into a perfect Tai Chi diagram. This was caused by him punching unconsciously, which proved that he had finally stepped into the realm of Tai Chi doctrine. So the water and fire forces can also be cultivated into Tai Chi doctrine. Yang Wu said to himself, After a pause, he said, "It should be that everything in the world has yin and yang. It can be transformed into Tai Chi, it's just that the power is different. My lord, your comprehension ability is too strong. You're not inferior to me." Amazing. Lu Ji quickly rushed over. On the surface, he was praising Yang Wu, but in fact he was praising himself. Song Qing, the leader of the 7 heroes of Wudong, also walked over and smiled. Congratulations to the patriarch Yang Wu for comprehending Tai Chi doctrine. The other 6 heroes also congratulated him one after another. Tai Chi doctrine was the martial arts practiced by everyone in Wudong. They were not jealous that Yang Wu could comprehend Tai Chi doctrine. Instead, they were happy for him. He was a hero with a broad mind. "It's just a fluke." Yang Wu laughed. Then, he excused himself to the others and summoned them back to the Yang family for dinner. In the following time, Yang Wu was completely relaxed. When he had time, he gathered the important young disciples of the Yang family, as well as the followers of the 5 heroes of Roaming Sword, and began to teach them martial arts. Yang Wu's understanding of martial arts had far exceeded that of many saints. It was more than enough to teach them. After listening to Yang Wu's teachings, these people all benefited a lot. At the same time, it helped Yang Wu's prestige to reach the peak. Then he gave the order to choose the strongest cultivators of each level to compete in the King class, Celestial Fish class, Dragon class, and so on. As long as they won first place, they would receive rich rewards. Those who enter the top 10 would also be trained. Only martial arts could stimulate everyone's fighting spirit and make them work harder to cultivate. Yang Wu upgraded the power of the ancestral blood pool again, giving the young people a second chance to awaken their blood meridians. After a series of operations, the Yang family appeared to be thriving. During this period of time, the Yang family became very lively after all the ceremony tokens were auctioned off. Many places were building new buildings, opening up new roads, and expanding the Yang family city. As the owner of the city, the Yang family naturally invested more money in the construction of the city. They wanted to expand the city by at least 1/3 before Yang Wu became a godly alchemist. The day when Yang Wu would become a godly alchemist was getting closer and closer. The Duan Ren city's owner dared to come to the Yang family. Gong Salon didn't like the Duan Ren city's owner, so she drove him away. Before that, when the Xing family attacked, Xingming Wang and the others tried to kill Gong Salon. The Duan Ren city's owner ran away first. He didn't have any responsibility. What was the point of keeping him alive? However, when Yang Wu heard the news, he decided to see the Duan Ren city's owner. Duan Ren city's owner, you still have the face to come here. You're really good at pretending. When Yang Wu saw the Duan Ren city's owner, he couldn't help but mock him. The Duan Ren city's owner smiled and said, "Yang Wu, I just want to protect myself. I promised to protect the Yang family for 100 years. I didn't want to lose my life here." "Then why did you come back this time?" "The Xing clan could also attack our Yang clan at any time." Yang Wu asked. "I came back because I want to cooperate with you, Yang Wu," the Duan Ren city's owner said straightforwardly. "How do you want to cooperate? Why should I cooperate with you?" Yang Wu asked. "Because Duan Ren city is willing to be a subordinate force of the Yang family," replied the Duan Ren city's owner. Gong Salon's gaze slightly raised. Her gaze was filled with distrust. However, she did not open her mouth. She wanted to see how Yang Wu would decide. "Why should I believe you? I'm willing to give you 5 holy veins. Is that enough?" It seems like the Duan Ren city's owner is very rich. 10 holy veins, plus at least 1 holy vein and all kinds of herbs. "Yang Wu, you're asking too much. We can accept the tribute, but I can't give you 10 holy veins. 6 at most. Otherwise, I have to go back. 9, no less. Anyway, it doesn't matter if Duan Ren City becomes a subordinate force of the Yang family or not. That's too much. 6.5. I'm betting that you, Yang Wu, can become a godly alchemist. No need to bet. I'm a godly alchemist." After some bargaining, Yang Wu insisted that he wanted 8 holy veins and Duan Ren City would become a subordinate force of the Yang family. The Duan Ren City's owner looked pained. Duan City would become a subordinate force of the Yang family. However, he told Yang Wu that he shouldn't make it public. Otherwise, the other battle clans would attack Duan City. The reason why Duan City had been able to survive all these years was because of the balance between the battle clans. If Duan City suddenly became a subordinate force of the Yang family, the Xing family would be the first to come after Duan City. He also had another request. He hoped that Yang Wu could concoct a divine pill for him after he became a divine alchemist, and he would gather all the ingredients. That was the Duan City's owner's ultimate goal. He was willing to give up everything in Duan City. He just wanted a godly pill that could increase his strength and save him hundreds of years of practice. Yang Wu also agreed to the Duan City's owner's request. The Duan City's owner didn't say anything about the other request. He just wanted Yang Wu to gather the herbs first. The Duan City's owner couldn't force Yang Wu. Now that Yang Wu was the leader of the Yang family, the Duan City's owner didn't have the right to force him. Otherwise, he would end up like Xingming Wang and the others. After the two of them finished talking, Yang Wu allowed the Duan City's owner to attend the ceremony. The Duan City's owner was satisfied and left. He also said that he would take care of the Yang family for a while. After the Duan City's owner left, Gong Salon asked Yang Wu, "Little Wu, what do you think? He's a two-faced guy. What can I think? He just wants a godly pill. When the Yang family becomes strong, we can give him a godly pill. Anyway, it's the same as giving it to him. I really hope that he can gather more herbs for me." Yang Wu replied with a smile. Gong Salon said, "That's only one thing. I'm worried that he's already sold a lot of Duan City's owners. That's even better. We won't let him know about the important matters of the family. Besides, we'll guard against him. He won't be able to cause any trouble. Even though that's the case, I still think that guy has bad intentions. You have to be careful. Grandmother, don't worry. If he shows any sign of disloyalty, I will make him regret ever being born into this world. Yes, little Wu, you're already strong enough to take care of the family. Grandmother is relieved to let you take care of the family." Chapter 1293. Xiangjiang Region's Hung Mountain Sect. An ancient war chariot flew out from the mountain sect. They were both young and old on the war chariot. The war chariot was pulled by a few beast overlords. It was traveling at an astonishing speed. "Father, why are you in such a hurry? There's still a month. It won't be too late if we go later." In the war chariot, a beautiful woman with a long sword on her back asked the middle-aged man with an extraordinary bearing, "I'm not going to attend the ceremony. I'm going to propose marriage for you. How can I not be in a hurry?" The middle-aged man replied with a smile, "Father, what are you talking about? I'm not in a hurry to get married." The beautiful woman revealed a bashful expression. She was a bold and generous woman. When she revealed the attitude of a little girl, it gave her a different flavor. The young man beside her smiled and said, "Sect Master is right. This matter has to be settled. Otherwise, the Yang family will be trampled over by other forces who want to marry into the Yang family. The Yang family situation seems good, but there aren't many who dare to bet on them. Many people will wait and see. Once Yang Wu really becomes a divine alchemist, there will be many forces coming to propose marriage. There won't be many who bet on him in advance like us." Another old man with white hair and a youthful face replied, "That's right. Who would have thought that kid would grow to such a level in just a few years? I really suspect that he's a reincarnation. Young Miss has good eyes. She has already taken a liking to the young master." Kunlun Peak. This was the largest and oldest mountain range in the Transcendent Realm. It was rumored that the human race was born in this mountain range. Kunlun was built here and was the oldest force. Moreover, this was one of the passages to the God Realm. Countless God Realm experts had passed through here, leaving behind many legends. In an ice palace, there were two extraordinarily beautiful women sitting opposite each other. One of them was a young woman wearing a light blue veil. She was like a dreamy beauty. Her graceful figure, crystal clear skin, and cold temperament made people sigh with emotion. She was as perfect as an ice sculpture. The other woman was a charming young woman. Her curvaceous figure was very alluring. She wore gorgeous accessories on her head, giving her an awe-inspiring temperament. You have an affair with that Yang Wu, and now that he is about to become a divine alchemist, I need a spot in the audience. If he really becomes a divine alchemist, I will allow you two to be together, but he must do some things for me. Otherwise, I won't be willing to let him sleep with my obedient disciple. The lady of the palace said with a bandit aura. I can get a place in the audience, but I can't do anything to make him work for master, the young woman replied indifferently. Huh. As soon as the young woman finished speaking, her face was ruthlessly slapped. A few red finger marks appeared on her cheeks, and blood flowed out. You lowly servant, do you still want to be pretentious? I brought you up with all sorts of hardships, yet it's so difficult for you to do something. Do you think that your innate ice-cold body is very outstanding? Disciple doesn't dare. Hee. What do you not dare to do? If it wasn't for you being coaxed by that slut Kuan Mingzi in your early years, would Master's ice-cold divine heartseed have fallen into his hands? If it wasn't for your dead mother, I would have already expelled you from the sect and cut you into pieces. Let me tell you, I need a place in the audience. If you can't do it, I don't mind sending you back to Kuan Mingzi's side. I believe he won't mind using a broken shoe like you. After the lady of the palace said a bunch of unpleasant words, she burst into tears again. Bing Shiwe, I've treated you as my daughter since you were young. Master has placed all her hopes on you. If you were a little more sensible back then, you would have already broken through to the Star Rune realm. Moreover, you wouldn't have lost to that slut Kuan Mingzi. We have no fate with the position of sect master. Those fellows also want to force us to our deaths. You must make Yang Wu lend us a hand and take back the position that belongs to us. In the Xing clan's territory, after Xing Tailuo, Xing Ming Wang, and the others died, the Xing clan suffered a great loss. The members of the Xing clan who had gone out all returned and paid their respects to the hundreds of thousands of people who had died. They were extremely sorrowful. Some hated the Yang clan for being so inhumane. Some hated the fact that their clan had sent troops to surround and kill the Yang clan, resulting in the deaths of so many people. Instantly, the Xing clan was divided into 3 factions. The faction that wanted to deal with the Yang clan, the faction that wanted to recuperate, and the faction in the middle. No matter what they wanted to do, they all wanted to fight for the position of clan master. This was the most common scene in large clans. However, no matter how they fought, they all had one goal, which was to not allow Yang Wu to become a divine apothecary. They didn't want the Yang clan to rise up. Once it did, it would definitely affect their clan. They might even seek revenge in the future. It wasn't that the Xing clan didn't have a divine apothecary. They had one too, but they hadn't announced it to the public. This divine apothecary of the Xing clan was already very old. He had contributed too much to the Xing clan. Otherwise, the Xing clan wouldn't be so powerful. A few immortal realm fighters of the Xing clan came to the divine apothecary to ask for confirmation. Do you think that little bastard Yang Wu can become a divine apothecary? Asked the immortal realm fighter in a black singlet. The divine apothecary, who was so old that his teeth were about to fall out, laughed. Haha, if divine apothecaries were so easy to become a divine apothecary, there wouldn't be so few of them in the transcendent realm. Then his eyes lit up. But if he gets the inheritance of the medicine god hall, it might be possible. Looks like we have to get rid of him. The Yang clan already has a strong fighter who can easily capture Ming Wang and the others. He must be at least a level 7 Jade Moon. He might even be the demon who chased after me. We have to be careful. We're not the only ones who want Yang Wu dead. The King of Hell's palace seems to want him dead too. I don't care how you deal with him. I need his soul. I want to search his soul to see if he has the inheritance of the medicine god hall. If he does, it'll be perfect. Death Mountain Range. Within 10,000 miles, there was almost no life force. Only a thick aura of death pervaded the air. This was the territory of the King of Hell's palace. Only those who cultivated the Tao of death could walk around here. The King of Hell's order had already been given. If the King of Hell wanted someone dead, they definitely wouldn't live past 5. However, Yang Wu was still alive and well. The King of Hell's order didn't seem to be that powerful anymore. In the dark hall, a cold voice sounded. Yang Wu is a divine apothecary. Regardless of whether he succeeds or not, bring him back here. Life or death? Yes, Palace Master. Everyone in the hall replied in unison. A voice sounded. Palace Master, I have a way to make Yang Wu come to his death. The person who spoke was the son of the King of Hell. He was the next successor of the King of Hell. This child's cultivation talent was not ordinary. He broke through to the level 2-star rune realm in the Saint Transformation Pool. Now, he broke through to the level 3-star rune realm. Speak. The King of Hell's voice sounded again. According to my understanding, Yang Wu is a very loyal person. Junior's sister used to be on good terms with him. As long as we release the news that we are going to execute Junior's sister, he will definitely come to rescue her. At that time, we can set up an inescapable net to kill him. The King of Hell's son said methodically. The Rose of Death didn't say anything. Her face didn't have any emotions. She was clear about the King of Hell's palace's style of doing things. Once the King of Hell thought that something was right, even if she objected, it would be useless. This can be the second plan. The first plan is for Palace Master Nyo to go to the Yang clan and capture Yang Wu. Yes, Palace Master. Devouring Sun Realm. This place was already occupied by the Grim Reaper Devils. They were the true masters of this place. The Grim Reaper Devils were from the Devil race. They were able to survive in this realm because they were too powerful. They had an almost immortal physique. It was very difficult for others to kill them. The Grim Reaper Devil's important place was an incomparably majestic castle. The location it occupied was like a small city and could accommodate hundreds of thousands of people. There was a 3,000-meter tall Grim Reaper Devil statue standing in the middle of the castle. It looked incomparably malevolent and terrifying. That brat from the Saint Do clan has hidden himself too deeply. Now, we have a great opportunity to force him to show himself. Spread the news that you're going to kill Yang Wu. That brat from the Saint Do clan will definitely jump out. The expert from the Death God Demon ordered. What if they don't show up? A Grim Reaper Devil asked. If they don't show up, then kill Yang Wu. Anyway, the people of the battle race deserve to die. Yes, Lord. Alchemist Alliance. The Alliance Master who rarely appeared in the Alliance had returned. However, only 1 or 2 people knew that he had returned. It was very difficult for others to find traces of him. He didn't come back alone. There were 2 people, one old and one young. The old man's aura was restrained. His body was still tall and straight. When he walked, he was like a dragon or a tiger. From time to time, he would emit an oppressive aura that people couldn't get used to. Beside him was a young girl who was dressed very brightly. She was about 11 or 12 years old, but her appearance was no less than a 14 or 15-year-old girl. She was beautiful and refined. She had a pair of big round eyes that seemed to be able to speak. She was very moving. Her wheat-colored skin didn't affect her beauty. Instead, it added a bit of wildness to her. Senior Brother Xiang, is this the territory you built? It doesn't feel like much. The young girl let out a voice that was like a bird's cry. Xiang Dingtian was publicly recognized as one of the top 10 experts in the transcendental realm. This young girl actually dared to speak to him like this. If others heard this, they would probably think that this little girl was looking for death. Unexpectedly, Xiang Dingtian laughed. Yes, it's just a SOSO place. Master, Senior Brother is clearly not respecting you. He dares to bring you to such a SOSO place. If I were you, I wouldn't be able to tolerate it. The young girl tried to drive a wedge between them. Xiang Dingtian's expression changed. He quickly said in a low voice, Junior sister, don't say that. Later, Senior Brother will give you something good. I guarantee that you will like it. I'm not interested in your things. Master, let's go somewhere else to take a look. Little girl, you can't wait to see that stinking brat. Don't talk about him like that. He's my big brother, okay? Chapter 1294. There were still 7 days before Yang Wu would become a divine medicine master. During these 7 days, ancient war chariots, battleships, and flying shuttles constantly flew through the air. Powerful cultivators riding on majestic spirit demons appeared, and the roars of beasts reverberated endlessly. The Yang family city was only a second-rate city, but after expansion and the arrival of these experts, it finally had the scale and popularity of a first-rate city. Many businesses in the Yang family city were booming, especially the restaurants, which were already overcrowded. Those who came late had no place to stay, and inevitably, some conflicts broke out. As one of the guards of the Yang family city, Wan Lanxin brought the Yang family army and arrived in time to prevent these conflicts from happening. Seeing how beautiful Wan Lanxin was, he actually dared to flirt with Wan Lanxin. In the end, he was brutally beaten up by Wan Lanxin. This tragic guy was a genius from first-rate faction and had the same cultivation level as Wan Lanxin. However, he was still beaten up by Wan Lanxin. Just now, I gave you a chance to fight one-on-one. If anyone still dares to make trouble, all of our Yang family army will fight you one-on-one. Wan Lanxin left a ruthless sentence and then left. Those who wanted to cause trouble were all shocked. They did not have the face to ask the Sage Realm elders to deal with them. If they did that, they would be in big trouble. The Yang family had just destroyed the Xing family's army of a few 100,000 not long ago. Who knew what kind of terrifying resources this ancient family had? After this incident, Wan Lanxin finally established her prestige, and the guards of the Yang family army were all convinced by her. Following the arrival of many major factions, Yang Taihe and Yang Qingxing had to come out to receive them and arrange for them to stay in the outer courtyard of the Yang family city and some other newly built places. These major factions had important positions in the Transcendent Realm, so the Yang family had to make arrangements for them. Yang Wu only appeared to receive friends and did not receive anyone else. It was not that he was arrogant, but because he was about to prove his Tao, he did not want to spend time with people he did not know. Yang Taihe and Yang Qingxing were enough to handle this. Among these factions, there were not many who could stay in the inner courtyard of the Yang family city. Other than the Sun family, only the Dan family, Hung Mountain sect, and Hung Mountain sect had the qualifications to stay in the Yang family city. These factions were all allies of the Yang family, so they could enjoy special treatment. Dan Zi, Shu Yujun, and Quiet Little Nun all came. These people had a very close relationship with Yang Wu, especially Dan Zi, who was his chief disciple. Shu Yujun's feelings for Yang Wu were well known, so it was reasonable that they could stay in the Yang family city. As for Quiet Little Nun, she did not have such qualifications. After all, the relationship between the Yang family and them was not that deep, but Yang Wu still allowed them to stay in the Yang family city. He had unreserved trust in Quiet Little Nun, who had the purest of hearts. Yang Wu was too busy to entertain them one by one, so he could only let his disciple, Dan Zi, do the honors of a host and entertain them. After receiving these people, he had to entertain others, such as Shu Yujun's father, Shu Yuqing. This was Yang Wu's second time meeting Shu Yuqing, who had always given him a good impression. Back at the Hung Mountain sect, Shu Yuqing had not looked down on him because he was a mere Earth-Sea realm cultivator, and had even allowed Shu Yujun to pursue him. Just based on this point, Yang Wu had a lot of respect for this future father-in-law. Shu Yuqing's intentions were also very clear. He drank the wine that Yang Wu handed over and lazily said, "Ever since my daughter followed you, her heart has been completely devoted to you. If you're a man, then tell me today, will you marry my daughter or not?" Shu Yuqing was worthy of being the head of a sect, and his method of negotiation was also unconventional. He went straight to the point, not giving Yang Wu any room for negotiation, forcing Yang Wu to give a definite answer. It was no wonder that Shu Yujun also had a straightforward personality. Presumably, she had inherited it from Shu Yuqing. Yang Wu smiled and said, "Yujun, you'd be a fool not to marry such a good girl." He then stood up and bowed to Shu Yuqing. "This son-in-law greets father-in-law. Haha, good, you're indeed a man. My daughter's taste is unquestionable." Shu Yuqing accepted Yang Wu's bow and then laughed loudly. Yang Wu was a dragon among men, and as Yang Wu grew up, he was already very satisfied. Now that he had received Yang Wu's promise, he was relieved to hand his daughter over to Yang Wu. Yang Wu sat back down and said, "Father-in-law, why are you in such a hurry to hand Yujun over to me? Did something happen?" You can still guess that I have something on my mind? Both Yujun and I are still young. Father-in-law is also very young. For martial cultivators like us, marriage matters shouldn't be so rushed. So, I feel that father-in-law might have some concerns. So, please entrust Yujun to me first. All right, it's not a big deal. It's our family's matter, and I'll take care of it. I just want you to not disappoint Yujun. Even if you have another woman, you can't neglect her. Otherwise, even if you become a godly alchemist, I won't let you go. Don't worry, father-in-law, I definitely won't disappoint Yujun. That's good. I didn't bring the Grand Protector to protect you in vain. Do you have the confidence to become a godly alchemist this time? I'm already a godly alchemist. After Yang Wu finished talking with Shu Yuqing, he went to visit the Hung Shan sect's nun. Qing Jing didn't go out with Danzi and Shu Yujun, but stayed in her residence to cultivate with the nun she brought. When Yang Wu came to visit, they all came out to welcome him. Qing Jing was still as delicate and pure as ever. She was dressed in a monk's robe, which covered her graceful body. After her clear eyes saw Yang Wu, there was an obvious glimmer of light that was different from usual. There were 3 nuns behind her, and one of them was very old. Her face was very wrinkled, and her body was bowed. Her squinted eyes flashed with an oppressive light from time to time. She was a nun with extraordinary strength. Greetings, nun. My Yang family has neglected all of you. Yang Wu is here to apologize, Yang Wu said politely. Patriarch Yang Wu, you're too polite. We're fine, but we've disturbed you, the nun said with her palms together. Yang Wu sat down with them in the courtyard and chatted with them politely. Qing Jing was very quiet. She just stood aside and watched Yang Wu and the nun chat. There was a strange sense of satisfaction in her heart. It seemed to be more interesting than eating vegetarian food and praying to Buddha. After chatting with the nun for a while, Yang Wu said goodbye. The nun didn't stop him. She just asked Qing Jing to send Yang Wu off. Only then did Yang Wu and Qing Jing have a little space to be alone. Junior sister Qing Jing, thank you. Yang Wu and Qing Jing walked side by side. Yang Wu took the lead to break the silence. Qing Jing replied, Master Yang Wu, why do you say that, patriarch? You should just call me senior brother. We don't need to be so polite. Yang Wu nodded. Then he said, Your Hung Mountain sect doesn't like worldly conflicts. If it weren't for you, the nun might not have come here. Qing Jing had an unnatural expression. She said, Senior brother Yang Wu saved our lives. We should repay you. Plus, this is about senior brother Yang Wu becoming a godly apothecary. We want to witness it. We don't mean anything else. Haha, I know you don't mean anything else. But the Xing family and the Yang family don't get along. You've already offended the Xing family. That's fine. Our Hung Mountain doesn't care about worldly affairs, but we won't be bullied by anyone. I didn't expect junior sister Qing Jing to be so confident. Senior brother, you must be joking. I just want Hung Mountain to be more peaceful. So, I need to become stronger. Maybe then I can do it. Yes, you're right. Buddha fights for incense, and people fight for pride. Yang Wu and Qing Jing walked for a while. His mind calmed down, and his thoughts were clear. He had been too busy during this time. His mind was in a mess. He couldn't cultivate in peace. Qing Jing was like a calm heart pill. With her by his side, he could forget all his troubles. And so, Yang Wu returned to the Medicine God Hall to challenge the 25th level of the Inheritance Tower. Unknowingly, it was time for Yang Wu to become a godly apothecary. People from various factions had already gathered in the Yang family city. Most of them didn't have the qualifications to watch the ceremony, but that didn't stop them from waiting for news. These people looked even more nervous than Yang Wu. They all wanted the time to come faster. The Miao Miao took the opportunity to open a gambling house. Come. Those who bet on Yang Wu becoming a godly apothecary are 5-1. Those who bet on Yang Wu failing are 10-1, the Miao Miao shouted. This wasn't the main altar of the Medicine God Union or Tripod City. Not many people knew the Miao Miao. However, they recognized the badge on Miao Miao's chest. That was the symbol of a top-notch little saint medicine god. It proved that he was an incredible medicine god. Some people were eager to try. Come quickly. I'm Miao Miao from the Medicine God Union. I've always been honest. If you bet on me, I'll bet on you. The Meow Meow showed his name. Sure enough, some people couldn't help but place their bets. Kid, don't scam me. Otherwise, I'll make sure you can't walk out of the Yang family city. I bet on Yang Wu failing, a bandit shouted. He took out a pile of Xian stones and placed his bet. Once the first person placed a bet, the others would follow suit. I bet on Yang Wu failing. I bet on Yang Wu failing. I think Yang Wu's talent is extraordinary. He should have a chance to become a godly apothecary. I bet on him succeeding. Suddenly, many people came to place their bets. 90% of the people thought that Yang Wu would fail. Only a minority believed that Yang Wu would succeed. A godly apothecary wasn't like other levels of medicine god. It was very difficult to succeed by luck. One had to have true ability to refine a godly pill. Unfortunately, they didn't know that Yang Wu was already a godly apothecary.